We're not a cult. We're not a cult. Let me tell you about the following program. It's just a gathering of like-minded individuals seeking greater personal growth. Community, unity, learning, thinking. We're not a cult type of cult. No Kool-Aid, no spaceships, no mandatory tracksuits, no squirrel mutilations, no sacrificing goats, mild farm work, no throwing virgins into volcanoes, no shucking off clothing in the middle of the forest. To the beat of a tom-tom, the beat of a tom-tom, the beat of a tom. Joe is not at all, the leader of the following. He's just the host. Where's the host?
Here I am, everybody. Hi, everybody. Oh, that's not it. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the following program. I am your host, Joe Neerman, a.k.a. Good Lawgic. I should give you a heads up. This is my last show of the week because tomorrow, God willing, I will be on Timcast IRL. Assuming I wake up from my plane in the morning. Don't ask me to recall that nightmare story. Tonight, I got a whole bunch of juicy stories for you. I've got karma smacking a leftist upside the head in ways that are just too beautiful to be believed. The more you see of these people, the more you will hate them and relish the hell that they're going through right now. Trust me, the more I show you, you're just going to be like, wow, I want so many bad things to happen to these people. And they are. So yeah. When bad things happen to bad people, you have to take a moment to stop and smell the roses. Just like lean on in there and just. You almost wish you had a bigger nose for it, right? You almost do. It's a good thing I'm sitting solo at this moment because backstage, I'm sure all the jokes are flying. I'm sure they are. I can't imagine what they are, but I'm sure they are. Also, Todd Blanche dominated today, just absolutely dominated when he was facing off in his confirmation hearing against a whole bunch of woke Democrat senators. So I got a bunch of clips for you on that. Hegseth has a new policy designed to basically go full man mode with his military. Also, we have this conflict going on between Trump and Mark Wayne Mullen that I sort of want to explore. And I shouldn't even forget that. I sort of almost forgot that Biden has a new memoir, and the commercial for it that he put out on X is just it's too much. I can't wait to break into it with my co-host Sin. But before he opens up his mouth, which I know he's just gonna bah. I do want to let you all know that tonight there's a goal. If we get 15 super chats in quantities of $10 or greater, we are going to have hour 3. Yeah. And I'm only going to do manifesto in hour 3 if the super chats actually make reference to like something about manifesto. I want to see majority of them basically calling for manifesto because I don't need to do manifesto. I'm not trying to shove this manifesto down your throat. I just, if you want it, I'll do it. If not, if you call for it, I'll do it. If it's demanded, you have to respond to the needs of the people. The people are calling for it. I gotta do what the people are calling.
That Sin would never make a joke. I'm not making any jokes. See, chat. What I'm doing is trying to butter up this guy, so he tells Tim Pool about how nice of a gentleman I am. So maybe I can I'm not.
How would you go on Tim? How would you go? What are you gonna have your face blurred out?
I'll figure it out.
Your face blurred out. You're gonna put a big cartoon.
You know what? I actually did think about this earlier because I had a bunch of jokes I was going to do. And I was like, wait, well, that is a problem, right? And then I thought about it. I would send a big, like, Drex style black guy up there, just like 6'7" feet, 6'7", 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. And then I would just have like an earpiece in, and I would just have him answer all the questions for me. See, I figured it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they can't wait to have you.
And it would work. What? I figured it out. I worked the problem. I'm a problem solver, Joe. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I am. All right?
Yeah, people are noticing. They see just someone saying
You're very
people,
orange. I thought you were trying to cosplay as Donald Trump.
I don't
because
know.
of the
Maybe if
Biden
I
video.
sometimes if I like put my hand up to the camera and like take it away, like it just sort of like readjusts. Let's try this out.
Oh
No.
no, you're still orange. I don't know what you did to your color grade.
What is happening?
Dream on. I know Richard Parker. I'm look, I'm proud of Joe. You know, he did the thing, or he's doing a thing. He's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. He's going somewhere.
I'm going somewhere.
He's gonna be somewhere.
I'm
talk to
going
some people.
somewhere. I'll be sitting in a chair where many lesser men have sat.
Many lesser men. That's what you're gonna say. Okay. All right.
It's such an honor to sit here in this chair where many lesser men have sat.
You know, if when you're going on there tomorrow, you'll be the second person that I would say I personally know that's been on Tim Pool.
Who's the first?
A guy named Ethan Van Skyber, in the little community that I'm in.
Oh, yeah?
Tim Pool before. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's you know.
The key is whether I wake up in the morning. It's not even a joke. I am so terrified about this. I can't even tell you because I need sleep. I got like only a couple hours sleep last night. I need sleep. And
What is wrong with you? Why did you just cancel this show?
Yeah, because I'm not streaming tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't. I'm only gonna.
You
have
owe
two
it to the
shows over.
following. Yeah, you owe it
I
to the
owe it.
following.
I
Yeah.
can't just ditch my people out. You know, that's not cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're doing the admirable thing. You definitely need to set a couple alarms though. Look, this is a very big deal for me, Joe. All right.
That's something I'll say. I'll say me coming on Timcast is a very big deal for my co-host. He's very excited about it.
I'm very excited.
I don't. Yeah. He's gonna say, "What's his name?" I'll be like, Liam.
No, you can't do me dirty like that.
You want me to make up a name for you every single time, so I do. Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh man.
Liam Cheng. That's
There
his,
you
that's
go.
his
Nailed
name.
it. You got it. You nailed it.
Liam Al-Aziz. So
Oh man.
All right. So we got a whole bunch of stories. If we go as fast as possible, we're going to struggle to get this in within 3 hours anyway. So, Oh my gosh. There's Lady Lawgic calling me now. I asked her, all right, I'm going to pick this up with her because I asked her a question related to Tim Pool. Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm on the air. You're on speaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
So I sent you a text asking you if you know where that thing is.
Yeah.
That I want to take with me tomorrow. Do you have any idea where it is?
The thing that you want to take with you tomorrow.
Yeah. Want to go on Timcast?
She sounds way too good for you, Joe.
She is way too good for me.
I do know.
Where is it? You do?
Dottie's gonna have to get up early
I
and
think
stop
it
by a
might be
store.
in the pile. There's like a pile of books or something, maybe on the side.
Okay.
On the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Did you look there?
I haven't looked there. By the closet.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check there.
No. By the bed.
Really?
Yeah.
That pile?
Yeah.
How many piles do you have, Joe?
Oh, we got piles. We got piles.
We've got
I
piles.
got people
boys.
asking how many piles we got. We got
How many piles?
with that very strategic piles. They're very strategic.
They're strategically
Or
placed. I got
it
you.
could be in the closet with the hats that you bought.
Cool.
Is it-
All
I
right.
think it's in the pile with the books.
All right. I gotta
I'm
go.
not sure why. Legally,
I'm getting all sort of flack here that this is not sufficiently riveting.
I think it's great.
Bye.
I'm loving it.
I love
She's a
you.
way better
I
show
love you
host
too,
than you.
honey.
All right, I'll
Bye.
talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right.
See, that was wholesome. That's what that was. That's good. That's good radio right there.
Yeah. Anyway, the first time I was set up with my wife, you know,
Yeah.
and the
Go.
first time I ever interacted with her at all was on the phone.
Yeah.
Like I had like an hour-long phone call with her before I took her on a date, and I was like, Yeah, if this chick is half as hot as her voice sounds, I'm totally marrying her.
There's no turning back.
I fell in love with her voice the first time I
Yeah.
heard her. Like I was like, she is just the most.
She's got a
and I
very
said,
pretty voice. Yeah.
I was like, you must have a great singing voice, and she's like, it's pretty good. She does. She has phenomenal singing voice.
Nice humble brag.
I'm just saying. First donation to Manifesto. Thank you so much, Erin. Erin is like she likes getting in out of the gate, and we love you for that. Thank you so much,
Thank
Erin.
you so much.
JH saying, Joe, after the Argentinian win in today, thank you for the spoiler, JH. I had to ask myself, what does Argentinian beef and Jewish girls have in common? Nothing, but I just wanted to hear you say that sentence. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me.
Yeah, I figured you'd watch the World Cup. I watched the
I watched the
ending of it at the
highlight.
gym.
I watched the highlights afterwards, like the condensed highlights afterwards.
Yeah.
That's
How'd you
what I
not know
basically
who
do.
won then?
I don't know. I'll tell you this much. I was so rooting for. I'm always rooting in the World Cup against England.
Everybody is. I found that out today.
Always rooting against. Always root against England. I don't
Yeah.
care who's playing them.
Yeah.
I always root against England. All the more so because now that Candace is married to like
A British guy.
a British guy, she's like
Yeah.
pretending like she's all excited about England's success.
Yeah.
So it was almost like, oh come on, take him down. So I hate Argentina because I think that I think FIFA cheats for them, and they obviously cheat for them. It's like ridiculous how they just favor Argentina. So they're sort of like the Patriots of FIFA, where you're just sort of like, how many calls can you give this team already? But I'm kind of pleased that they took out England, because England the British team has to go down in flaming disaster.
I mean, come on now.
That's
That's who I was rooting for. But I did find out today. I was talking to my my friend in Wales about FIFA and the World Cup, and everybody hates England. Like everybody does, unless you're English.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? It was like it blew my mind. I was like, well, I wanted them to. I don't want Argentina.
No, it's your
Spain.
civic duty. It's your civic duty as American.
I'm not doing it. You can't force me. That's communism. Okay. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Dan Vicious says she sounds gorgeous. Thank you. She is really pretty.
She sounds way too good for Joe. I'll be honest with you.
She is really pretty. And Hans One Pack says she's been on stream here with me a couple times.
Yeah. I just had never heard her voice before.
Yeah, no, she's got a great voice. And Hans One Pack says Joe is looking for the special Jew laser that controls Gentiles so he can use it on Tim Pool. I will tell you this: I got like the perfect gift for Tim Pool. It's not expensive. I got the perfect gift for him, and I don't want to like tell. I'll tell you all what it was if he doesn't end up displaying it tomorrow, because I plan on giving it to him for the show. So like he might display it on air. In which case, when you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, that's really the perfect gift for Tim Pool." So
are you gonna give him a receipt so he knows how much to give you, or how does that work in the Jewish culture?
That's not how I do things.
You hand it, just kind of shrug. Is that what you do, or?
I'd be like, after I was on here last time, I was like, I had to get this for you, Tim. So here. So anyway,
you told me what it is. It's a very nice gesture. I think
it is, right?
I think it's a very nice gesture. Yeah,
I think it's a thought out gift.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's thought out, but at the same time, it's it works. It melds two worlds together, I think.
There you go. So speaking of Candace Owens, you know what her latest theory is?
No, I keep seeing people bring up Candace because for this show, I try to look at politics.
She's being brought up now because the preliminary hearing, which basically just buried Tyler Robinson. Yeah. And a lot of her, and like basically made her look like an idiot for many of the theories that she threw out. So that's why she's been in the news all over this week. So she has her new theory.
Yeah. What's her new one?
Her newest theory.
Oh God.
She's so self-absorbed.
This lady.
Candace Owens now saying that Charlie Kirk might have been killed because Charlie, refused to kill Candace.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I was about to take a drink of water, and literally when you read that, and I'm so glad I didn't. It would have been all over my second monitor. It had been everywhere. I just cleaned it yesterday. It would have been horrible. Wait, so now she's saying that Charlie Kirk got taken out because it was either her or him, and he was like, "I'm not going to do it," and then yet they still didn't take out her. Why didn't they give her that offer? That implicates her. Does she not realize that? Like, in my mind, that implicates her. Well, it was either him or me. And you know what?
She's so Fruit Loops.
Charlie refused.
She's so Fruit.
I got a furry trans guy to go over there and take him out.
Even psychotically referring to herself in the third person while doing so. Let's hear her theory here.
I hate her face.
Yeah.
I know what my gut has told me about the situation from the moment that it took place. I know what beyond my gut and beyond my dreams, the statement from Andrew Colvett, it was supposed to be you. Was it?
This is something she claims Andrew Colvett says.
Is it bad that at any moment I'm waiting for her to go, mm-hmm? Mm-hmm. What? There's nothing. You're saying that me having that thought is wrong then. Okay, thanks for judging me. It's fine.
I am judging you.
Look at the face. Look at her face right now, Joe.
It is
okay.
Face.
I just want you to look at her face and hear. Just listen to me. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah. You go, girl.
All right. Let's hear.
So she keeps saying that Andrew Colvett said it was supposed to be you. Andrew Colvett's like, I never said that to you in my life. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And she's like, I'm trying to piece together what that means. Maybe this was in her dream when she was channeling Charlie Kirk, and Charlie was telling her.
I forgot.
Maybe it was one of those moments.
I forgot she was channeling him one time.
Yes. We're basically 4 episodes away from when she comes out in a seance gear, like with the trinkets and the head thing, turning off the lights and the candles, putting her hands
just
on
a couple
table,
episodes away from that.
and
No, okay,
channeling
all right. Hear
Charlie
me out. I
Kirk.
got a theory.
Yeah.
All right, Kanye West went crazy, right?
Yeah.
She was hanging out with Kanye West around the same time Kanye went crazy.
Contagious crazy.
Yeah, yes.
And it's a similar type because he also went Jew crazy.
They both went Jew crazy. Yeah, remember she was wearing the White Lives Matter shirt and all that stuff. And
They both went. It's contagious crazy.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
an
look, some
interesting
of the
enough
things-
theory. I might mention it on Tim Pool tomorrow.
You're welcome to have it. It's yours.
No. I'm going to credit you, Liam. Let's hear from Candace.
Was it?
Was it supposed to be?
Is it fair to ask if it's plausible that when Charlie was taken to the Hamptons, the phone call no one wants to address from Bibi Netanyahu?
No one knows what you're
Is it
talking
fair
about.
to ask the question if it was literally supposed to be me who was supposed to be back on tour with Charlie? Did he say no to killing Candace Owens?
Why would he?
Yeah, why?
He didn't like you very much.
Yeah, I was about to say y'all weren't friends.
All
Why
right.
would he? You know.
Look, you do you. You do you, Bibi.
Yeah, like, hey, buddy. Hey.
This is like this is what the Mossad does before they take out someone.
They call
other influencers
they call
and basically take the finger on the pulse. How do you feel about us taking out Candace?
They call a Gentile to get approval to kill another Gentile.
That's what they were doing here. That's her theory. That's what the Mossad does. Only when they get approval does the kill command come in.
Yeah.
And then did he become a liability because he said no? What did Charlie turn down from Bibi Netanyahu?
He turned down the right to kill
Candace
What
Owens.
does this mean?
Somebody who didn't like him. Also, why
How
does she look like a
insane.
grown-up little rascal? I don't get her. Oh, God.
Again, the people that were present don't even want to acknowledge the phone call. I
because
only got an acknowledgement that it happened from Erica.
Yeah, nobody knows anything about it.
Following up on a letter that Charlie wrote in May. Really? Bill Ackman's house, you put Bibi Netanyahu on the phone? And he's just like, hey, I got your letter. I want to talk about that letter from months ago. This feels like a good time. I don't buy it, guys.
Don't buy it, guys.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
This is darker than we could ever imagine. I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
I think
It's a surprise that she thinks it's dark.
Yeah, it's well.
It's shocking. It's shocking. You knock me over with a feather.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, man.
I had to share that with you because
Is she like so she's fully off her rocker now. Because all the
Just
do
completely.
you think all the juice of the Charlie Kirk stuff is out? Like, you think she squeezed all of it now because the
She
trial
doesn't want to let it die. All she can do now is double down.
Okay, so she's got through the trial, and then after the trial,
Who
which
knows?
way would she spin it? Because the guy's gonna get, you know, he's gonna be found guilty.
Let me tell you something. You know my friend Nate, the lawyer?
Uh-huh.
So he made it big. The first video he had, which had like 4 million views, which
Yeah.
is something that was bigger than anything YouTube had, the LawTube had seen.
Yeah.
So he was doing something on women's soccer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, their pay gap.
Yeah, the pay gap.
Yeah, I watched that like one video, and
Now we couldn't know it at the time, but he actually ended up becoming Nate because he's a great, brilliant content creator. So he ended up becoming something like he churns out these multi-million-dollar these multi-million view, not $1 million, but I'm saying is like these multi-million view videos like a machine. Like he turns them out all the time now.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were all like, everyone on LawTube was like, holy hell, way to go, Nate. Like we were all like in shock. And then he did a follow-up one about women's soccer, which also had like 2 or 3 million views. And he did like 3 or 4 more. And I was talking to Nick Ricada about it one time. And I was like, how many more women's soccer videos do you think he's going to churn out? And he's like, as many as he can. Why would he not? Why would he ever get off that bandwagon? Like,
the answer is all of them. Yeah, no. Like once you find it, you find it, seriously though, like once you find a horse, you beat it. You beat that horse
and beat it. And
yes, you keep beating that horse until the super chats or until the ad rev or whatever, or it just no longer. You just can't do it anymore. Those are the only 3 options.
Until you just have nothing left to talk about, like right.
That's it. Yeah.
So do you understand why I'm bringing that up in context here?
She's just gonna beat that horse.
I mean, this made her fabulously wealthy.
Yeah.
So she is going to keep going. She's going to keep going.
Yeah.
She's not stopping. Why would she ever stop? She'll
Can't
keep
wait
going
till I start making
as long
videos.
as she keeps getting views. She's going to keep going and come up with a new theory.
I'm gonna turn on Joe. I'm gonna make videos about Joe, and then I'm gonna get. Okay, so here's the plan. You go to Tim Pool. You blow up. I give the inside baseball. There we go. Got it. There we go, everybody. Chat. There's the plan.
All the theories.
All the theories on good logic.
Did you hear? You heard? I know you don't follow politics and like anything that happens in the news that's not on the sports pages. So
yeah, pretty much.
I need to ask you. Did you hear about those folks that ICE killed?
No. Okay. So I saw because I was perusing at the gym today. I did see some post about it. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna read that. And I started watching World Cup. I literally there was something about ICE. And I went, nah, let's scroll past that.
It's like this is boring. I don't need to read that.
Jill will tell me about this.
Totally justified kills. Like I mean, literally, like you know, like running their like ramming into them with their cars, trying like it's like I'm gonna kill you.
Are we talking about the ones from months ago or recently?
Recent.
I haven't heard any recent ones. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, there were 2. There was one in Biddeford, Maine. And yeah, so this is like, you know, there's not that much to talk about because the kills were that justifiable. Like, you know, the guy ramming into ICE vehicles full speed with his car, another guy trying to run over an ICE pedestrian with the guy standing right in front of him, like, you know, hitting the gas, you know, like it was like blatant attempt to weaponize their vehicles as kill machines. So, and both of them ended up, you know, eating it. So I haven't been covering it because to me it's like there's nothing controversial here to talk about. I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna. I want to give some new angle, but it affected Mark Wayne Mullen, the head of DHS, where yesterday he came out with a new policy because you know the left is all screaming about it. One of them was an illegal alien, the other one wasn't. I think he was here legally. I don't even know. Like I've been following the story that little because they were that justifiable kills. But Mark Wayne Mullen has been facing a lot of pressure because, you know, people dying at the hands of ICE is something that people are going to be pointing a finger at him, even if the ICE is acting completely appropriately. So he came out with this new policy yesterday.
And we're also keeping a close eye on what's happening in Biddeford, Maine. There are growing protests in the street after the second deadly shooting by ICE in a week. Now, a change from the top, ICE pausing most traffic stops as a method of apprehension for now, until agents get increased training on these kinds of stops. According to sources, we're going to dig into exactly what's going on around that today. Homeland Security saying that the officer who opened fire in Maine yesterday was, this is a quote from them, fearing for public safety. We know that there are investigations that are underway right now into exactly what happened. Now, DHS says that last week's deadly shooting in Texas was self-defense after a driver rammed an ICE vehicle with his van. The 3 passengers say that the officer was not in front of the van. So there is a lot of camera, a lot of video around these incidents, and certainly the forensics of the cars on the scene that are part of these investigations right now. Important to follow all of that through. Correspondent Alexis McAdams reporting live here in New York. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Martha. So, yeah, still a lot of unanswered questions here as we try to dig in more. Federal sources are telling Fox News ICE enforcement numbers are going to drop drastically. That's something they want people to expect. But they say the pause is necessary because agents have to go through additional training right away. So the pause in most vehicle stops.
Why? If they're trying, why do they need to go through more training? It sounds like they were justifiable kills. Why do you need to? When I heard this, I was livid about this. I was so outraged. This is capitulation to terrorism. That's what it is. It's capitulation to terrorism.
No, it definitely is. Like, that's the domestic terrorism that they were saying our people, actually not even yours, my people, white, male, and conservative, we're supposed to be out there doing. So,
which of those 3 character traits am I not?
Well, you're Jewish. I don't consider you actually white. So it's a long conversation. I'm just saying, man. Don't make this weird. You know. Look, Joe, I've got a couple black friends, okay? Don't you worry about it.
So, yeah. Anyhow, the bottom line is, so he's putting a pause. That's what Mark Wayne Mullen wants to do.
During immigration enforcement operations follows 2 fatal ICE-involved shootings in less than a week. One was yesterday morning in the state of Maine, where DHS says a migrant who was in the country illegally was shot and killed by an ICE agent. The agency says the suspect tried to flee the scene before the shots were fired and was not the target of the operation. There were protests again today as people marched to an ICE facility, an ICE office not far from the scene, calling for a full investigation, as at least one Democratic representative tells people, come and fight back in Maine.
If you're on your way to Maine right now, thank you. If you're standing up and fighting in your community, thank you. If you're doing everything you can to protect our values, thank you. But if you're someone who can do more, then we need to do more.
What a freaking lunatic. This guy's a member of the House.
So we'll see who shows up. This comes as some Maine Democrats are trying to replace Graham Plattner in the upcoming Senate race, and they're calling to abolish ICE, something longtime Republican Maine Senator Susan Collins, who's up for re-election, says just doesn't make sense. Back here in the studio, the story will continue to follow as we try to reach out for ICE. And they say that pushback is probably going to be coming because, Martha, the vehicle stops have been one of their most effective enforcement tools.
All right, Alexis, thank you.
So that sounds like it sucks, right?
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah. Well, Trump came out today, and we got this.
I wish they would have ran over more. I thought it was great. Well, that's not what I said. That's what they said.
Who can I call for you? Keep your distance. Keep your distance. I am keeping my distance. I am keeping my distance.
That's a police stop.
I don't care what you do. Is there anyone that we can call for that gentleman?
No, go to hell.
Is that a child
Not
that you
your
have
business.
with you?
It's not
Who
your
is
business.
the child in the blue? It is my business.
No, it's not your
ICE
business.
is my business.
No, it's not. Piss off.
Okay, I will stop speaking. You keep going. You keep going. That looks like a child to me.
No one cares what.
Your
looks
name
like
and
to you.
badge number?
Who cares? It's not your business.
You're not? You are talking to me. I see you are talking to me. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, apparently, Justin, Markwayne Mullin went around President Trump's back to suspend the ICE traffic stops, infuriating POTUS per multiple reports. Total betrayal by Mullin, and there must be consequences. Thank God 47 overruled Mullin. Yes, that's right. He overruled him. This wasn't what I wanted. This is what I wanted. This is Trump this morning said, yeah, you're still doing stops. I don't want to hear no pause. No freaking pause. To hell with that.
DHS says all ICE arrest teams will have at least one agent with a body camera. This change follows 2 deadly shootings by officers who were not wearing cameras. Demonstrators gathered in parts of Maine yesterday to protest against Monday's killing of a 25-year-old Colombian national in Biddeford. DHS says he was shot while attempting to get away from ICE agents who tried to stop his car. Yesterday, crowds were also seen in Houston after an ICE agent fatally shot a Mexican man there last week. In both Texas and Maine, the men killed were not the intended targets of an ICE investigation.
Who cares?
And in Florida, authorities say
I don't care. It's 2 less illegal aliens. I'm sorry if they want to commit self-deletion by cop. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't feel any sympathy at all. Who the hell told you to start running them people over? What are you, lunatic? You think you have?
Look, you're a lefty. You don't have a gun or anything like that. Also, newsflash, lefties. These guys come with more than one person, usually, and bulletproof vests and multiple guns. I think it's a bad idea for you to try to go, you know what? I'm just going to assault this man in any shape, form, or fashion. If you think they're doing something wrong, there are proper channels to report these people. That's what you ought to do. That's as far as you should take it. Otherwise, you're gambling with your life.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't feel sympathy. So
I'm totally fine with them bouncing them out. And while we're talking about deportation, the key story I wanted to talk to you about was this Canadian an illegal immigrant who slapped a teen over Trump clothing on the Jersey Shore. What?
Wait, Canadian illegal immigrant slaps a teen over? Okay.
She was upset with the fact that he's wearing Trump clothing on the Jersey Shore boardwalk and is now charged and in ICE custody. Let's see. Okay, people say that this whole deportation thing is racist. No. We'll get rid of the white lunatics also. The Jersey Shore offender is on ice. A lefty Canadian illegal immigrant was thrown into an immigration detention center after she allegedly slapped a teen on the boardwalk because she was wearing pro-Trump and ICE clothing, according to cops and sources. Now her TikToker husband, who previously posted disturbing videos wishing for President Trump's assassination and praying for the president's family to get cancer, is trying to raise money for her legal defense and slamming the horrible conditions inside the Delaney Hall ICE lockup where she's being held. Caitlin Tracy, 33, allegedly confronted a group of 4 teenagers, including a 16-year-old girl with patriotic-colored MAGA sweatpants featuring the word ICE at the Point Pleasant Boardwalk over 4th of July weekend, according to court documents obtained by NJ.com. Tracy overstayed her visa and was in the U.S. legally at the time of her arrest, DHS said Wednesday. She was busted after getting into an argument with the teen, allegedly slapping her across her face and body on July 3rd. Tracy filmed the interaction, and the assault was captured by video surveillance cameras, according to police who obtained an arrest warrant for her, the outlet reported. The not-so-nice neighbor from the north, who's been living in Ocean Grove with a husband of 3 years, Matt Garoni, was arrested Monday and charged with endangering the welfare of a child, simple assault, harassment, obstruction, according to court records. A witness told the Post Wednesday that she saw the wild fight unfold near Jenkinson's indoor food pavilion on the boardwalk. Quote, "I didn't see the beginning, but I saw her go after the 16-year-old. It was yelling back and forth," the waitress said, who had asked not to be identified. "It was quick. We were all saying she must be drunk to go after a 16-year-old. Tracy's self-styled social media star spouse, Garoni, said Wednesday his wife was taken to the Delaney Hall Immigration Detention Center in Newark, where she was forced to endure horrible, squalid conditions. Of course, squalid.
Oh, yeah.
They're always terrible conditions.
Mm-hmm. They were unfathomable.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just inhumane.
It's just disgusting.
Inhumane. They make her piss in a bucket. She said when she was there, she was left in a room where she had to sleep on a metal bench with the lights on. Going 42 told Daily Mail, and she was left in the same room for a full 24 hours. Yeah, that's what it was like when I was in lockup. Also, that's what happened when I was arrested too. So, no sympathy. Sorry. So the conditions in there are horrible. She was obviously very upset, said Garoni. Yeah, so this was, she'd been living in Asbury Park with her husband after she entered the U.S. with a passport in 2024. So you want to see just how terrible this dude is?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
This schmuck. Let's hear him beg. Should we hear him beg first, or should we like see how terrible he is first? Let's just see how terrible he is first before we hear him begging. Just so you can appreciate what a complete and total douchebag this dude is.
What a
And I mean,
fucking-
everybody, like little kids. He's praying for the Trump family to get cancer. Everyone, even the little kids.
and this guy's Canadian.
No, he's married to Canadian. He's an American citizen, this guy.
That's even worse.
Yes, I don't know how long that is. I can't
That's-
remember. Here's more from him.
Come on, motherfucker, go! Come on, he's gonna die, right? He's gonna die. Oh, he's so sick. He's been to the hospital so many fucking times. He's got it. I'm telling you, man. I'm putting my money on it this time.
Oh, this
We
man's
need a little spice in
crazy.
this world. Let's go. Sick. Come on, man. Motherfucker couldn't stay awake during the Knicks game. Come on. He's gotta go. We need some good news. Come on, man. Think about how good it would be. Right before the fucking UFC 250th celebration of the fucking country or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, God. Don't think about the parade. Let us throw a parade, right? It's more patriotic to throw a parade than it is to not throw a parade. To make this motherfucker's day a holiday. Like, not your birth, but your fucking death. You know what I'm saying? Call up the Aquabats. Let's get them going. If you know what I'm fucking talking about.
Why? I've been saying this a lot. Why are people like? There's nothing else to that sentence. Just why are people like? Come on, man. What is wrong? How broken of a human being are you that you're like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm wondering what cocktail of drugs this guy's on. Also,
all of them. What do you mean?
What drugs do you think he's on? All of them.
I think it's easier to figure out which ones he's not on.
Look at this face here. I mean, this is just Lord.
He seems like the type of guy that's from like the Upper Michigan Peninsula or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that means, but
just a like backwoods type guy, like some sort of like crazy in the woods hillbilly. That
he's from Jersey, I think. That's why she came down to Jersey.
Man. That's crazy, dude. That is. Also, if you're a grown man, if you're an adult, throw that Pikachu pillow away. I don't care if it's your girlfriend's. Throw it away. Get it out of your living room. Put it somewhere where nobody can see it but her. That's it. Get rid of it. You're an adult.
Say it again. You're an adult.
You're an adult. Throw the Pikachu thing away. What is it called? Like a marshmallow or whatever the heck? Throw it away. Get rid of it. You're a grown man.
Dude is wearing slides or whatever these things are called.
Well, I'm not gonna jump on the slides. Okay, I have slides around my house. All right, that's but I do. I have slides. I mean, what am I gonna put on when I go to carry the garbage out? Almost a quarter mile down the daggum road. It feels like. What am I gonna put on house shoes and walk out there?
You put on a pair of sneakers.
Why would I put sneakers on to do that? Just throw some slides on, and then I go out there and do that. Other than that, like you're adult. You're an adult.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not punching down. I'm celebrating karma.
They get
Trump
rid of that.
Diagnosed with a chronic condition affecting the veins in his legs. Photos President's swollen ankles and bruised hands have gained a lot of attention on social
Come
media.
on, man.
Now the White House says he has chronic venous insufficiency, a condition where veins have trouble.
This is what that, I mean, total a-hole, right? How much more of a douchebag can you possibly be?
Sin skips leg day. No, I don't. I'm doing legs tomorrow. I'm sorry that I did chest today. You're not supposed to do chest on Wednesdays. That's a Monday thing.
Do you completely hate that guy yet?
Yes, I do. Well, yeah.
Man, I don't think you hate him enough yet.
I was about to say, is there more?
I don't think you hate him enough.
Okay. Yee, no, Joe, please don't do the Joker thing.
First one, boys and girls. Now, I'm going to use this one as an example. Now, over the next few days, you're going to hear a lot of people say it's wrong to celebrate someone's death. It's wrong to laugh when someone gets hurt that you politically disagree with. And what I have to say to that is they have no problem laughing at us. They have no problem laughing when people are ripped from their families by ICE. They have no problem laughing when people are denied medical care, housing, food, clothing, basic human decency. They laugh when people are denied their actual even existence. These people laugh when cops shoot down black kids or murder a black person by standing on his neck. They laugh when some kid chokes out a black guy in the subway and the president brings him to like a football game. They're always laughing at us. So why wouldn't I laugh when one of them takes it to the fucking neck and is no more? The world is a lighter place now that he's gone. And I say, ha, ha, ha. First,
I wanted to say something about that. If people do that, you guys, y'all have set the rules of engagement. Your side set the rules of engagement when it comes to that stuff. You remember the COVID? Everybody remember that? That crazy thing, that silly little thing that happened in, I don't know, like 2020? You know, like that silly, that hiccup in history, that oopsie around the world.
What about it?
Do you remember when conservatives were, passing away?
And they were laughing and laughing.
And they were laughing. And then after COVID sort of like, I don't know, poof, disappeared. They said, hey guys, hey, you remember when we made fun of all of you? There was H3H3, there was Hassan, there was tons of political commentators, there were politicians, there were everybody on TikTok that was on that side of the aisle pointing and laughing. And then afterwards, everyone's like, oh, oopsie, you should forgive us now. There should be no backlash. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you over it. I'm going to keep my own moral energy. But if other people do it, I don't care. I'm not going to go, hey, no, you don't do. Y'all started it. Y'all did it. What am I supposed to do?
I had Destiny laughing at the idea of me when I was very sick with COVID, laughing at the idea of me croaking from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like watching a video of someone laughing about your potential demise.
That is
the guy whose channel is like 10 times the size of mine. I was like,
you know what, Joe? I hate to say it, but actually, I do know a guy that does that to me with a channel almost exactly 10 times my size. I do know a guy. Hey,
do you?
Yeah, there's something surreal about it when you go, hey, I'm not going to diet. You know what? I'm going to the gym extra tomorrow just because of that. How do I order more vitamins?
I would never root for anything genuinely bad to happen to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Not you.
But I would root for something genuinely bad to happen to this jackass. Listen to him whining and crying like a little biatch today.
I need help. I don't know what to do. My wife is being detained by ICE. She's in Ocean County jail right now, and I can't get a hold of her. She keeps trying to call me, but they won't let me put money on her card. The kiosk in the Toms River jail is broken, and all the numbers and stuff they gave me wasn't right. Or
maybe she shouldn't be smacking 16-year-olds just because they're wearing Trump gear, doofus.
Allow me to put money on her card. And ICE is coming there to pick her up. I need an immigration lawyer. I need help. I don't know what to do. I don't have any money. I'm so fucking broke. But I gotta figure something out. I gotta save her. I need help. I need you to figure out. I don't know. This just happened.
Oh God.
Let me give you an idea there. Broke people shouldn't be committing violent felonies. Okay, that is.
Yes.
There's a thing called FU
What?
money for a reason.
Yep.
And
Yep.
if you don't have FU money,
You can't say FU.
you can't say FU to certain people. Okay, you just can't. You're not allowed to.
Reality.
I am sorry. There's rules for people like you, and you broke them. Bye bye. Let's see. Hey, I know what you can do. I got a great idea. Go make more silly TikToks.
That'll ring in the cash register. We're just gonna hear ching over and over again from that stuff, I'm sure.
Go. You're a content creator like Joe is, like I am. Go do more silly TikToks. Do the content creation part. Get monetized and pay her bills off of it.
He's just listening to him break down. We got another almost 2 minutes of him breaking down, crying.
Oh, I love it.
I need my wife. I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want to see her get. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Yesterday, July 13th, my wife was detained by ICE and brought to Delaney Hall in Newark, New Jersey. This is my attempt to reach out to any news outlet.
Ironically, it's on the 2-year anniversary of the first attempted assassination of Trump. So there you go. There's some little karma smacking him back.
Yeah, it's serendipity, I think.
Serendipity is not at all the right word, but I'll take it.
That's what I'm going to use.
New Jersey, like News 12 New Jersey or NJ.com, or any journalists or reporters that are local that want to hear our story. My wife is a Canadian citizen and I'm an American citizen. We've been married for a little over.
What the hell is this little sign behind them?
I don't know. Let me try to.
1,000 virgins for Satan's master.
Always with the weird Satanism. Always. Every single time. So that's the Morton Salt girl. Quite obviously. It looks like.
This sick freak.
Yeah, it's a Morton Salt girl right there. And I'm pretty sure I've seen the black version of her in like a meme before. I don't know what that means. Let me see if I can.
It's supposed to look like the devil because there's a little devil's tail here with the horns and the pitchfork.
Yeah, I don't want to Google that phrase, but let me see if I can get. I'll put it in ChatGPT. It's already made from the devil, so. Let's see what I can find.
For 3 years, and I'm just doing anything I can to get her story heard and bring any help to and attention to her situation so that I can get her released.
I should invite him on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should. I think it would be great.
Love to hear your story.
Yeah, Brian, come on here, buddy. Let's see.
I'll do a little wah, wah, wah. Try to help call attention to the situation.
Yeah, I think so. I think your chat would be very kind to him and donate.
You'd be very nice to.
It's back to Canada. My main goal is the safety and well-being of my wife, and that is about it. I don't care what your opinions are of me or the situation. That's kind of irrelevant. All that matters is her safety and her well-being. And if anybody would like to talk to me, please reach out here. I also have an Instagram.
No way.
The handle is GravMasterHash. And I also have links in my bio for different ways that you can reach me. I appreciate all of the support and kind words that people have given me. And I know my wife will also appreciate these things. And to all the people who want to spread rumors and misinformation, I hope you find peace one day, but you are vile.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Lefties don't usually donate unless you're colored. I'm sorry. She's technically a foreigner, and ICE can deport her. She's the wrong color foreigner.
Well, I don't care what color they. I don't care how much melanin or how little melanin they got.
The left is not going to donate to a white girl getting deported.
This is true. This is true. That's. I don't know how well his GoFundMe is going, but yeah, this is.
Oh, Hashmaster over there.
Grab Hashmaster.
Grab Hashmaster.
I don't know if it's grab or grav. I don't even know what the hell he was trying to say there.
Yeah, honestly,
but,
yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. I'll be happy when she's gone. You can follow her to Canada. No one's stopping you. You'll be happy.
Yeah, why don't you just go over there? They've got everything you want. Like they don't have Trump. They've got universal health care.
Yeah.
They've got everything you want. It's your oasis. Why is she over here?
It's a good question.
That
Why
makes
is
no
she
sense.
here?
Get deported with her.
If she, just go with her. Why don't you go with her? You know, it's not like she's in prison. Like, I mean, she might be facing prison charges for endangering a minor, but I don't know.
I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, that is 100%. Like, wow. Yeah, that's a bad charge to get. That's a big oopsie that your wife made. You know.
Yeah.
Also, why didn't you make her an American citizen? Y'all got married. Why didn't you go through the actual immigration process? It'd have been so easy for y'all.
You would think so, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless she's not your wife.
Well, we shouldn't, just focus on one detestable lefty.
But wait, there's more.
Incoherent lefty. I've got another one for you.
Oh, I love these people. They're great. I think they're wonderful people. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
They're doing fine.
Oh, thank you, Mita. Manifesto is amazing. We're a long way away. It's going slow tonight. I don't know what's happening. I think Sin's off his game or something.
You think I'm off my game? I'm doing great.
You are doing great. I don't know. Some nights it's there, some nights it's not, and that's just the nature of this thing that we do. So
you're at the whim of the audience.
We are at the total mercy of the audience. I do sometimes take it like it's their subtle way of saying to me, "You suck."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a very subtle. Yeah. It's a very subtle.
It's like
way.
They're whispering in your ear, "Hey, Joe, you suck.
You're so bad at this.
You're not good at this, Joe.
Why? What
Pack
made
it
you
up.
think you could do this?
Why are you still here?
Why did you? Are you still talking?
Remember when you got all those like 100,000 subs?
Yeah, where did they go? Where
Look
did
at
they
you
go?
now.
All right, well, do better, Cynic. Okay, so
Look, you get what you pay for, Joe.
Yeah, touche. I should give the ghetto some love. Hands One Pick says, has anyone checked in Candace McCrone's in man suits? Has its Discovery started? I think they just started Discovery. We wouldn't know. I don't know that we would know about that. Dan Bish says, at this point, it sounds like everything she says is to distract from her actual involvement. That was Candace talking about Candace Owens. Hands One Pack said, when it comes to beating a horse, you beat the horse until it's Elmer glue. After that, you use the glue to make arts and crafts.
That's it. I'm telling you, like if it's paying dividends and you're still having fun doing it, that's I think having fun doing it is also a part of that. You got to still be enjoying it in some shape, form, or fashion. Otherwise, it's like going to the salt mines, you know? And who wants to do that when you're streaming?
Well, if you're making $30,000 a video, you don't mind going to the salt mines.
You know, I forgot how much she was making. Yeah.
I mean, if you get 4 million views, that's what you're basically making. It's like 20-25 grand, maybe more. I
make,
and that's just on the views. That doesn't even count sponsorships.
I do pretty well on my stream. I am overwhelmed how well our stream does. But if I was making 30,000 a stream, buddy, I'd talk about Charlie Kirk till the day was done. What are you talking about if I was her?
And Candace Owens, by the way, she's making like 50 grand a day doing what.
Oh no, no.
She is.
I can't. She's not that interesting. She's not that interesting or smart.
If you break down how much she's making, it's probably more than that. It's probably actually a lot more than that.
Oh man,
it's ridiculous how much money she's been making off Charlie Kirk. Hands One Pack also says he's from New Jersey, so likely crap heads like everyone in New Jersey. Joe, where are you from? Really? Really? I'm originally from New York, okay? Uzelian kicking in 10 saying, okay, new rule, deport all the East Coast down to Florida and all the West Coast move and all the West Coast. Most of our problems would be solved. Probably. Although I don't know if we want to, if we're going to deport the East Coast down to Florida. Why do you want to punish Florida that way?
Yeah, don't do that. Florida, okay. For anybody that doesn't live near to Florida like I do, okay, I've been around Floridians my entire life. I have lived literally, well, my other house is literally 10 minutes from Florida, okay? Those people are already crazy. You don't need to mix right-wing crazy with left-wing crazy.
Yeah.
Please don't. It will be a disaster.
Yeah, that's
Also,
actually true.
You might want to pay attention to Mita, okay? She is...
I might want to pay attention to Mita.
Yeah.
I'm in the ghetto right now. Let me finish the ghetto.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Let me actually pull the ghetto.
I will get it. I'll pay attention to Mita in just a moment. Hands One Pack says she can be out of detention in a week if she does voluntary deportation. If she fights it, she stays in detention. Asylum claims from Canada are unlikely to succeed. Yep. It's true. Uzelian says, why didn't he move to Canada since the U.S. is so evil? That's exactly what we're asking. Hands One Pack saying, Grandmaster Hash sounds like pedo who likes to smoke weed. I saw those pictures behind him, and I'm like, this smells like pedo to me.
I'm trying to find those pictures, and I can't, like, ChatGPT can't,
oh, wow.
Can't find anything, so.
Mita sharing the love.
Yeah.
Sending $10 here, then saying, I appreciate you. Oh, thank you so much, Mita. Times are getting tough. This is true. This is true. And she just keeps pouring on in here, one after another. Crazy brings in the cash. It does. Crazy does bring in the cash. CD117 says, more shovels for the diggers. Nicole saying, hey, Joe, did you hear about the new Jewish sports car? Yeah, it's super fast and stops on a dime. I love a good Jew joke. I don't know. That's a pretty good one.
I don't know if everybody noticed, but
that's a pretty good one, Nicole. Well done. Then stops on time, then picks it up. Hasten. That's great. Oh, that was really good.
Oh, hi, Nicole.
Nicole, you didn't even have to finish with then picks it up. You can just say and stops on a dime, and it's almost like that's right there is all you need.
It's implied that it's picked up. Yeah, it's implied.
Or you could phrase it as it's super fast and stops on every dime. So, well, I think a stop on a dime is better as I'm thinking it through. Anyway, thank you so much. And Mita's still pouring on in here. God bless you, Mita. You're awesome. So, Mita with a long E, just pouring it on in. So, I was telling about another leftist, deranged leftist, who rambles on and basically is utterly detestable. Seems to have too much of an affinity towards children, and that, of course, is that's Joe Biden saying, "I've written a book about my time as president. It's called Promise Me America."
I watched this. I didn't. Okay, so I skimmed this. I don't know if you saw my quote tweet of it, but I saw what you said.
Right.
And I just responded with "I'm your Huckleberry" because this video is absolute gold. I just want to play. I want to put this on my stream and loop it for like 2 hours and say nothing but giggle because it is. I have never seen a commercial with closed captioning before. Ever. Never. I sat and thought about this right before the show because I just saw it before the show. So I was like, let me peruse Twitter while I'm waiting on Joe. He's obviously going to be late. And so I've got 2 Twitter accounts, right? So I went to the one that I use for like this kind of stuff. And I went over there and I went, this is glorious. This is amazing.
Yeah, because I did quote tweet this, and when I did, I tagged Sin, which is I think it's the first time I've ever tagged him.
Yeah,
but,
I think so.
But I said, I think I can spend a full 2 hours of show tonight with Stimulated Sin just talking about this ad.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It is
Let's-
fantastic. This is watch him walk around the chair. I
I think it's to prove that he can navigate around his room. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like he makes it to the right sitting spot, you know? So maybe you'll believe he wrote this book.
I've been book writing and stuff. Words read good hard, you know. Everybody read by. Good to me, Joe. President have been. It's amazing. He literally gets every third word.
Speaking of which, by the way, his voice sounds like it's like he can't articulate anymore.
Well, it sounds to me like they canned it, right? So they recorded it offsite and then they piped it in. So they had him obviously do the lines here, and then they probably set him down somewhere and recorded it elsewhere. Is what the way the production seemed to me. I didn't get to finally pay attention to it because I was too busy laughing. I had tears in my eyes.
This is what the only way to do this justice, because we can't. I don't want to stop it every 5 seconds. You sort of want to take in. You know,
I can't. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can survive.
I'm thinking we go 30 seconds at a time. Like I'll do 30 seconds and then we'll stop and then we'll review what we got so far.
It was beautiful. I'm buying this book, by the way.
Totally.
Oh, in a heartbeat, I'm buying this book. I'm pre-ordering right now.
Since I left the presidency, I've had a lot of people ask me, Joe, what have you been doing?
I can't.
I spend a lot of time with my family. I'm doing the diagnosis.
No, I can't. Joe, I can't. Since I was presidency. What are you saying, Joe? What you been doing? Yeah.
He sounds like that character from the movie Snatch. He sounds like Benicio del Toro trying to say English.
Joe, what you been doing, man?
I want to see if I can play like a little bit of that without getting tagged by YouTube YouTube for this.
Also, whoever made this commercial, you don't put a man this age in khaki pants. All right, you don't do it.
The stains are bound to come.
The stains are everywhere on those pants. So now it's precious, and some people said, "Joe, what have you been doing?" I said, "Hell, I don't know."
No. It wasn't in Snatch. I think it was in what was the other movie that he was in? Yeah, maybe it wasn't Snatch. I'm trying to think. No, Usual Suspects.
Oh, I think I know what character you're talking about. It's not about presidency.
It didn't make sense that I'd be there.
I can't show all this because I know if I show this that they're just gonna clip me. I'm just gonna get the part with Benicio del Toro talking.
So
you cocksucker.
In English, please.
Yeah, the president. He was saying, Joe.
Oh, you fucking kids, you cocksucker. What the fuck?
Tell me. This is what we're getting from him. People ask me, like, Joe, what are you doing?
I'm telling, it's every third word you can make out. I think I've figured it out, man. It's bad. Somebody said I don't want to see I have a problem about deaf people being advertised to. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They really wanted the deaf to understand Joe Biden because everyone's making out what he's saying.
Can we get through 30 seconds
yes, without... I'll hold my breath as much as I can. It is bad.
Since I left the presidency, I've had a lot of people ask me, Joe.
It's really Benicio del Toro. Give me the keys. Let's look
I can't, man.
This guy wrote a book. He wrote a book. Hold on.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? I've been spending a lot of time with my family. I'm dealing with a cancer diagnosis, and I've been getting treatment, and it's been going really well. I want to thank all those who offered their prayers and support and well wishes.
Wait, what? What are you thanking people for, sir? I just people.
All the people. He wants to thank all the people.
Uh-huh.
I like how they have like the little cufflinks here.
The cufflink movie
Presidential seal cufflinks.
It made me giggle because I was like, why would you move it? I was like, whoever made this is so off base for some reason. They're trying to make everything look clean and pristine and great and wonderful, and he's doing fine,
Regal.
guys.
Right. He's totally doing fine.
He's
totally
doing
doing
great.
fine. Everyone wonders what the hell happened to the cancer. We haven't heard anything about the cancer. This, terrible cancer that he was dealing with.
That's what I'm saying, Joe. Well, some wishes, okay?
Yeah, as soon as
The
he
cancer
has,
stuff.
he's dealing with cancer. We don't even know what kind of cancer it is.
No, you have no clue.
So, which makes you question whether he really has cancer. I don't know that he's got cancer. I'm not wishing.
There is
cancer.
no way. All right, depending on what kind of treatment it is, but I cannot think of the way he looks right now. I cannot think of a guy his age going through any cancer treatment and he's so overweight at this point. Look at the bottom button on his shirt.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good call on the bottom button there. You see,
I
over here,
noticed
the
that
little
when I watched
gapping?
this. Yeah, I went, "How are you getting? You've got all of your hair still. Your bottom button is about to explode."
Yeah, look
Buddy,
at that.
You're not getting cancer treatment.
They're not showing him sitting down in the chair.
Because he probably fell. I don't know how the chairs work. I have hairy legs, yo. And when they turn yellow in the sun, corn pop.
I've been spending a lot of time with my family. I'm dealing with a cancer diagnosis, and I've been getting treatment, and it's been going really well.
The cufflink moving makes no sense. 0 sense. But what they did was they put it there like he just took his cufflinks off, right? Like he's active. Let me take
He's
these
getting
off.
comfortable with us.
Yes.
He's not wearing a shirt that has any cufflinks.
Exactly. I'm
But
telling you, like these people, this is what these people do.
Psychologically, they're like, no, it's moving. It shows
It's active.
motion.
There's
Actions happening here. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what the kids love today.
Chapter 1, corn pop is a bad dude. That's my hairy legs, they turn yellow in the sun. Little black kids, they'd run their hands down my legs, and the hairs would float up.
Can we make it through? So are
Yeah.
we doing the first 30
Thank
seconds?
all those who offered their prayers and support and well wishes. It's meant the world to me and to Jill.
So it's meant the world to him. He's very happy. He's got all these people wishing him well wishes.
It sounds like he said it spent the world. said he has hair plugs. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Thank you for letting me for telling me that, DB. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
I've written a book about my time as president.
No, you haven't. No, you
In his
haven't.
own words. I said, page 1.
As soon as you're coming
Seriously, cinnamon there, but then it'd just be a bunch of scribbles. Joe, nobody'd be able to read it if it was in your own words.
How the hell? Like seriously.
This guy would be president right now.
If he
Think
wasn't
about
that
this.
incompetent.
If he would have done just passable at that debate, like he wasn't crazy.
Like he wasn't like just completely cognitively
Yes.
lost.
If they could have found the right cocktail of drugs to have him survive that debate with Trump, this guy would be president right now.
He got up there and like 10 minutes in, he's like, we come in because we go with all the Medicare and since the expenses are going up with 10 million, 10 million billion. Look,
I don't
look,
even think
we finally beat Medicare.
Joe knows what he's saying.
Look, we
Seriously.
finally beat Medicare.
I don't think anybody should be beating Medicare. It's not a real thing. It's not a person, Joe.
Jake Tapper's face was like,
yeah, it was amazing. That was beautiful. I I've gone back and rewatched that debate, like watching a comedy movie. It is so glorious.
I don't know if he knows what he just said.
I don't even know what he. I don't think he knows what he's saying, guys. Why are we doing this? Everybody said do the debate. I didn't want to debate this guy. Now look what you done. Oh God, he's pissing his pants right now, live on air.
I guess. So it's in his own words. Yeah. I totally wrote a book. As if he knows anything that happened in the White House while he was there. As if they told him anything about what they were doing.
What if the entire book's just his ice cream orders over and over again?
There are probably 50 people who know a lot more about what happened during his administration.
There's way more than that, Joe. Everyone knew more than him. He sat at that desk, he played Angry Birds on his phone, and he ordered ice cream. Obama and everybody else did everything else. They brought him. Look at the birds. Used the auto pen more than any other president in history. Come on now.
He used it to sign 8,000 pardons.
Yeah,
I'm sure he didn't know what more than 12 of them did.
Other than his son and the rest of his family, he didn't know what any of them were.
No, nothing at all.
Chapter 6, How to Get 2 Feet Taller.
It's called Promise Me America. Now, I think the name here, I don't know what the hell the name is supposed to even mean. He's going to try and explain what the purpose of the name Promise Me America is. This is the stupidest name imaginable.
Did he do that? I didn't hear him try to do. I couldn't pay attention. I was laughing too much. Okay, all right.
We're gonna try
and focus.
Let's focus and get to the 1 minute mark.
Okay.
It's coming out in November. And it's available for pre-order now. It's about the challenge we faced as a nation, about the decisions I made, and why I made them. Leading the country through COVID, rebuilding our economy, and
leading the country through COVID.
Rebuilding our economy. The economy doing good, man.
It's
so good, man. Leading the country through COVID.
God.
Extending COVID longer than what I should have. Lock people down so I could do stuff.
Decisions I made. Like he made any decisions. I cannot believe this guy was even deciding what to order for lunch.
I'm glad you stopped right here. Look what he's doing.
He's signing.
He's not even. No, he's physically writing the book.
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
He's 8 lines in into a 3-ring binder with regular white printer paper with holes punched. He's writing the book.
Yeah, I don't know what he's supposed to be. I don't know. Yeah.
They're making you think, oh yeah, he actually wrote. Nobody writes a book that way. Nobody.
With the pen. He's got a pen there.
I am writing books right now as we speak. I am literally writing 3 books. I've never sat down with a 3-ring binder and a blank white piece of printer paper. Went, you know what? Here we go. Page 1. No.
The last time I sat down with a 3-ring binder, it was a Trapper Keeper, and I was like in 7th grade.
Yes.
And social studies, report.
He should have used a quill. Yeah, he's just doing his ABCs. No, what they're doing is punishing him like Bart Simpson. They're telling him to not pee his pants.
He's making
anymore.
lines.
Yeah, he's just
drawing lines.
No, all right, let's go. Lock in.
It's about the challenge we faced as a nation, about the decisions I made, and why I made them.
Yeah, he's in the same shirt every time.
Yeah.
As if this is him doing his research on the book while he's sitting here pitching the finished book. I don't even know what the hell's. I guess they figure how often are we able to get him that he's not gonna be on a lid day somewhere or snoring away. He's actually somewhat lucid today. Let's get him.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
Leading the country through COVID.
Leading the country through COVID.
Rebuilding our economy and restoring our democracy after the attack on January 6th.
Ending our nation's longest war in Afghanistan. Oh, tell us all about that, Joe.
I cannot wait to hear that one.
No, give us all that. We want to hear all that.
I decided to get us out of there and leave everything. It's cheaper to leave it.
Leave it behind $1.8 billion.
Cheaper to leave it, Joe.
We left behind the fifth most stocked military on the planet is what we left behind in Afghanistan. And sadly lost 13 servicemen and women.
Look, if there's not a corn pop chapter, I'm gonna burn the book. I'm pre-ordering this book. I'm going to read this. I read Obama's book. I read Hillary's book.
First of all, Obama had 2 books because he had to sell it twice.
I don't know which one did he have 2?
Yeah.
I've got one of them. All right. So I go to libraries whenever libraries like redo all their stock or whatever.
Okay.
And me and my dad go to libraries and like buy out as many books as we can. Like we collect books. And so we bought like all these people's books and we read them. Like
really?
Yeah, I want to know what these dummies were thinking. And quite obviously, I want to know what's going on in their heads, or at least the people that write their books for them.
Yeah. Ending our nation's longest war in Afghanistan.
This
is something he's actually like proud to hawk his book over.
Yeah.
Our nation's longest war in Afghanistan. NATO and supporting Ukraine.
It sounded like when he said Afghanistan, it was such a long word, he got tired. In our nation war in Afghanistan. I want you to hear that. Go back and listen.
Ending our nation's longest war in Afghanistan. NATO and supporting Ukraine. It's about why I chose to run for re-election.
Oh. Why were you just writing with a pen and now it's printed, Joe?
I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess we see a little bit. It was a short fight to Geneva from instead of comfortable. I don't know what the hell he's saying here. Whatever. You're gonna read this. You're really gonna read this. This looks like it looks like it's hundreds of pages.
Yes.
It's not gonna be like 30 pages.
No way.
I don't think there's gonna be a lot of pictures. Very little cartoons.
Joe, you're being hurtful and hateful.
I'm just saying.
And why I chose to step aside.
You were forced out. We all know.
I was about to say, you didn't choose a thing, Joe. You fought it.
You fought it tooth and nail. He was so bitter about it. He was so angry. And that's why, oh my gosh. He was why I chose to step aside. Such revisionist history.
Most of all, it's about my faith in the promise of America.
He's proofreading. This guy can't read.
So it's about my faith in the promise of America. This is like to make it sound as if he actually has some sort of ideals that is like the core of who he is as a person.
Yeah, promise America. Promise me. Me promised America, man.
The promise we made to those who've gone before us is to honor their sacrifice. The promise and
what?
That sentence didn't even make sense, Joe. Those weren't words.
It's about my faith in the promise of America. The promise we made to those who've gone before us is to honor their sacrifice.
Done sacrifice.
To one another and to treat everyone with dignity and respect. The promise we made to future generations of Americans to remain the beacon to the world.
He didn't always talk like this.
Well, he's got a speech impediment. Remember when they touted that? When they
is not a speech impediment. Yeah.
You remember when they drugged that one out? Hey, he's got a speech impediment, you bullies.
It's like he doesn't have the strength to move his mouth. Like he has like too little strength to actually move his tongue or something. I don't know what's happening here.
He most likely has got like frontal lobe dementia, I believe is what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So it's either frontal lobe dementia. What's the other thing that can cause that? But I do know I had a family member with frontal lobe dementia, and they basically said that it will basically like freeze your tongue up when you're trying to do things.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he has a swollen tongue.
It's honor American sandwich feet. You know,
I have a retainer. You know, if I
Nerd.
put my retainer in now,
Ha, nerd.
I will sound exactly like
Oh,
Biden.
Tim Pool gives you a wedgie. You dork.
Well,
Were you about to put your retainer in?
I was thinking about for the rest of Biden. Come on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Promise Me America is about my faith in America and the American people.
Is
I hope
it,
you
Joe?
win, and I hope it strengthens your faith in what we can do as a nation and a people.
Yeah, because lots of people see Joe Biden and get very inspired. That's what happens. That's what happens when you read some book that's written in his name.
I've never been scared to be an old man until I saw Joe Biden in this picture right now. This freeze frame, right here terrifies me. To get
one
older.
day that will be you. This is gonna be you one day soon.
God, no.
So coming out November 17th, Promise Me America. I have no idea why it's called Promise Me America, because we haven't given you enough. We need to give him more. You haven't sucked us dry enough. We need to promise more to you, Joe Biden.
Man. I think so.
This guy,
dude, I think it's gonna be a fantastic book.
You can't burn in hell soon enough. This guy.
You mad? Jesus, Joe.
He's the most corrupt president in history.
Okay. I can get behind you on that one.
And it's because of him, countless Americans are dead. And yeah, he stole an election. He's just and helped destroy this country. And while in welcoming in here 20 million illegal aliens. So
I really do pray that they let him actually write this book. I really do. With every fiber of my being. I hope it's just nonsense and just muttering and corn pop lines. That
would be good. It would be good.
I pray that's what I really, really do.
It's much better than whatever crap they turned out.
I think it's going to be fine, Joe. I think it's going to work out great. I think it's going to be a fantastic book. New York Times bestseller. Here we come, baby.
Over in Rumble, Westpro says the picture in the back was the 1997 Frank Kozik art show poster.
Really?
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what that is. Frank Kozik art show, but Hands One says the bottom button is loose because he has on the pens. The muttering is due to his denture cream not working. These are all good theories. These are all good theories, Peter. Media coming out with more 10s for us, co-authored by the AutoPen. That's for sure. Trust, they didn't even bother with the AutoPen. They literally I'm sure he's never read this book. He has no idea what's in this book. He never knew what happened. He doesn't. You think he can make it through 300 pages? You think he? Seriously, I want you tell me. Do you think he can make it through reading, much less writing 300 pages?
No, not at all. No.
There's
Like,
no
flat
way.
out, no.
No way.
No.
No way.
I don't think he's been coherent or cognizant since Obama's administration. I really don't. I think he started floundering there already, and then they got so lucky with COVID being able to.
It wasn't lucky. That was orchestrated.
However you want to look at it, right? Because I'm not I'm not gonna go into the COVID debates or
I'm not
anything
saying
like that.
orchestrated specifically for Biden, but orchestrated to take out Trump.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
So I don't want to say Joe Biden orchestrated it. He was the beneficiary of an orchestrated mass pandemic. So.
Yeah. All right, I'll go with you on that one. But yeah, they got so lucky with that or plan or however you want to do it.
He got so lucky that
he got lucky. Yeah. So yeah, no, he obviously at that point couldn't read or write 300 pages. There's no way.
He had to have lid days when he was campaigning.
Yeah.
Do you know what lid day? I never even heard the term in my life, lid day, until his 2020 campaign, when they were basically like, he had scheduled events, he has to cancel them because he's not up to going there. It's a lid on the rest of the day. He's not talking to the media. It's 2:00. He's not talking to the media the rest of the day today. Like that. I was like, I can't believe they're running this guy. But yeah, that's what happened. So you're right. I don't think he could have made it through 300 pages 6 years ago, much less now.
No.
Jade says, Joe, a Jewish podcast host is possibly a large Jewish audience, and we don't understand why we're not getting super chats. You need to tell people chats are tax deductible. Just saying. They are for me. Believe it or not. Did you know that?
Wait, what?
You didn't know this?
No.
No tax on tips includes, they list off whose tips, and one of the categories that Trump added in around 6 months ago was people who live stream and create original content and get paid tips for it.
Get in there! Oh, yes!
Completely tax deductible.
I am so happy. I didn't know that. Because I was already like, man, I got to start doing all
Now
this.
there's a cap on it, but
Oh, there's no way I hit that cap. What are you talking about? What's the cap?
I think 25K. So
I may have hit that cap already.
not good. Good on you.
I have to go look. I'm close. I'm pretty close.
Well, you need to break up, your revenue from by super chats versus views. You know what I'm saying? Like, because your views is something you have to pay for. That's not tax deductible.
Wait, say that again.
Meaning, if you have 4 million views, let's say, and that comes out to being $30,000. So that
I don't put ad rev. I don't put ad rev on none of my live streams. Only on my videos, and they've all been demonetized. So I moved them to a clip channel that I don't own. So
okay, so there you go.
I offshored my clip channel, which was very smart. Yeah, no, you have to look at it, but still, that's amazing.
You're welcome.
Somebody said, "How does Sin not know that?" I'm not actually Jewish. I'm just cheap.
Looking forward to his reason leaving the border wide open for 4 years. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna share that with us. I don't think he's gonna share that with us. He's just gonna whine that they couldn't close the border because Trump killed their stupid deal, which would have basically his guaranteed must leave the border open forever deal. That was his close the border was actually a you must keep the border open and allow in 40,000 illegals every month deal.
Nice.
Yeah, that was terrible. Obama wrote a kid's book also. The school gave one to my nephew when he graduated kindergarten. They all do that. Kamala did this also. She wrote this kid's book about like herself. Like it was basically this, self-felating book of look at glorious me. Here I was as a little girl dreaming that one day I could be vice president. Like it was so self-aggrandizing and disgusting. And it's just utterly repulsive. Because she's an inspiration to girls everywhere, and especially Black girls, because she's not Black, but she's an inspiration to Black girls. She's also an inspiration to girls whose ancestors were slaveholders, because her ancestors were slaveholders. So she's
it's weird that she was a slave and also one of the largest slaveholding families.
What a great way of having your cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
It's like literally offspring of slaveholders and being able to have the benefits of like, oh yeah, you're oppressed like us. It's disgusting. So everything about her is just so utterly repulsive.
I think she's doing great. I don't know what you people are upset about. Can we watch the Joe video again? It's so fun.
We gotta get moving. We're ready.
I'm gonna be saving that video, so when I have a bad day, I'm just gonna like plop that up on my computer screen and go, you know what? Could be worse. I could be pissing in my khakis right now, mumbling to try to imagine how long it took them to make that 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure it took them forever. I'm sure it took them forever.
I can do a 5-minute video in one take. I've done it several times now. I imagine.
Special.
Well, I'm good at talking. All right. Sorry.
It's easier when you don't have your face on camera.
What do you mean? What does that even mean?
No, it's easier to make videos when you don't have your face on camera. It's much easier. I know. I've done both.
Guess.
I've done both. because a large part of it is making sure that your, you know, like your expression and everything is properly sharing what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I get somebody to edit an avatar actually making expressions and like hitting the facial features right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay a guy.
So, you pay a guy?
I really do. I pay a guy. Yeah, I paid
Cool.
him today actually.
Cool. All right. So today we're going to move on to our second story of the day because we're an hour and a half in. So we should probably get to our second story.
We're only on the second story. Good job, Joe.
To be fair, I gave us the two sides. I really had 5 stories, and I did the 2 sides. I did the first story, and then I did the 2 side stories. So we have our 2 other main stories to get to.
Gotcha.
And so the next one up here, you know what? Let's start with Pete Hegseth. No, I'm going to say Pete Hegseth. We'll have like a little bit more of a more Pete Hegseth. I think you're gonna like actually be laughing at the Pete Hegseth story. So we'll save that because we just had like an hour and a half of you laughing at Joe Biden. So
it's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. Here is Todd Blanche. So he was appointed to be Attorney General. He's been Deputy Attorney General, but he was appointed by Trump to be Attorney General, and he needs to be confirmed by the Senate. So before the confirmation vote, so they have this hearing where where he basically gets vetted to see if he's good for the job. He gets vetted by Republicans and Democrats who are on the committee. So here he is dealing with Mazie Hirono. You know who Mazie Hirono is?
I have no clue who that is, but I'm ready to
Mazie
learn.
Hirono is widely regarded as the dumbest senator who ever lived. Sorry, I didn't mean to. That's here.
Show questions.
She's really just genuinely stupid.
Show questions. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement relating to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
Mr. Blanche, over the show question.
This is the nature of her questions. That's all I have from her, but she always asks like incredibly stupid questions.
You know what? I think she's great. I think she's wonderful.
Have you ever raped anyone? That's what she's asking.
Excuse me, ma'am, but no. Okay, I'm sorry. May not be super tall, but I am charming and handsome. Okay. What a dumb lady. What an absolute dumb lady.
This is Todd Blanche squaring off with Adam Schiff.
You didn't recuse yourself from that matter. You were
No,
willing.
there's no reason to, from the Proud Boys matter.
Yes,
I mean,
it was.
lawyer,
the,
you
it
know
was,
the rules.
It was
There are
the-
rules that say when I
yes,
have to
there
be
are
recused,
rules,
and that's not one of them.
And there are rules. And when you're told to recuse yourself from investigations
I
that
always
you
do.
handle for the president, you're supposed to recuse yourself.
No, when I
So
represented the president.
you have also said, you've also refused to release Volume 2 of the Special Counsel's report. That was an investigation into the Mar-a-Lago documents case. How is that not an abundant conflict of interest? Refusing to release to the public an investigative report of an investigation into your client.
I am not a judge. A federal judge.
No.
has said
The
it cannot be
department's
released.
position under you, Mr. Blanche, the department's position under you, Mr. Blanche, was do not release the report.
Oof.
So that position.
If you went into court asking them to release it, it would be released by now. So how is that not a patent conflict of interest?
What you're saying happens to not be true. I did not do that. What you're talking about happened before
So
I became the
you
Deputy
support
Attorney
the
General.
release of Volume
No,
2?
I don't, but I'm recused and had nothing to do with that case. Like you can't accuse me of violating my ethical rules and then lie about what I did.
So
Dang. I like seeing some sting from him. I always wondered if he has any sting. Like that's the one thing I wondered about him. Do you have any? He showed some real backbone today in ways that actually gave me hope that maybe we'll actually see something positive from him. Here's more of him dealing with Adam Schiff. I think this is a different clip.
You
All
asked
right.
me what happened to Todd Blanche. I am still here. I am the same exact person I was when I was a federal prosecutor in the SDNY, which is do the right thing and do everything you can to keep communities safe. So when I was a line prosecutor, when I was a supervisor, when I was the head of a division, my motivation and my goal was the same thing with the people who worked with me and worked for me, which is do the right thing, enforce the laws, and put bad guys in jail. And
I just want to comment that the whole hunched over position he has here just feels so gangster to me. Like he looks, he's like
mildly
totally,
disrespectful, like he's just
like I don't know. He looks. I feel like I get like a mafia type of vibe from him.
Yeah.
He's like leaned in like this. I'm trying to remember which mob character from a movie I've seen like this, but I'm picturing. I don't know.
what's his name from Sopranos did it a lot.
Oh yeah. The guy who was from the E Street Band. What was his name?
Jesus, man. What's his name?
The guy who was like, the Bruce Springsteen's backup. Someone in the chat's gonna know. Someone in the chat's gonna know. Hey, Tones. Yo, Big T. Not for
Guy
nothing.
that ran the strip club, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, they all ran the strip club, but
well, and sometimes, man.
Van Zandt, Eddie Van Zandt. That is it. Yes.
so you spend time talking about.
would never
I did not interrupt you.
Silvio.
Not interrupt.
Silvio, yes, the guy.
Yeah,
played
Silvio.
Yeah. So this is him like coming at Adam Schiff and not taking, and he's not taking no guff. He's not taking no guff.
And my goal was the same thing with the people who worked with me and worked for me, which is do the right thing, enforce the laws, and put bad guys in jail. And so you spend time talking about. I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. Appropriate. So when you ask me what has changed, okay, and you talk about a single document that I signed, okay, and somebody had to sign that document when the president sued, okay, so I tried to do the right thing. What I do every single day, and what the prosecutors in this country do every single day, and the nearly 100,000 indictments and informations that have been filed since January 20th, is exactly what everybody in this building should want the Department of Justice to do, which is to make our communities safer, enforce the laws, both civilly and criminally, and always do the right thing with integrity, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I am the same Todd Blanche I was when I was a federal prosecutor in the SDNY.
He ain't holding back. It's like I'm not gonna have you impugn my character by implying I've changed.
Yeah.
So good on him for that.
I do like it when they come in there with some actual balls and say things and do things. So I just need them to hold to that sort of character. You know what I mean? When they're actually doing their job most of the time. That's the biggest problem.
This is Sheldon Whitehouse.
I can't stand to look at anybody in Congress almost. Like, guys, leave. Let other people take the place, please. For y'all are just, you are all archaic. You're ancient.
So he's angry about Kash Patel.
No way.
How long do you intend to put up with that Kash Patel character? Are you good with it? Confident he's not drinking on the job? Are you sure none of his travel is a pretext for vacation activities like snorkeling, Olympics, and visiting girlfriends? Are you sure he knows what he's doing? Do you vouch for him? Are you willing to look at whether he lied to this committee?
That's an extraordinarily obnoxious question, Senator, and I have full faith in Director Patel and what he's doing every day.
Great, you get to own that.
Ooh.
Great, you get to own that. Okay, fine.
But the cojones on him to call him out that's an obnoxious question.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. This was what's it?
How much more badassery have we got?
We got a couple more.
Okay.
This is him with John Kennedy. So John Kennedy, obviously.
Yeah, people have been mad with Kennedy recently, right?
Yeah, because he talks out both sides of his mouth. But when it comes to moments like this is where Kennedy is at his best.
All right.
So.
Did Jack Smith read my emails?
So I know you might not know this, okay? Because this came out in the news yesterday. I did a segment on this in last night's show.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Jack Smith probably committed perjury.
No way! I can't stand that guy, by the way, that smug face of his.
So when he was called in before Congress and asked to explain about his whole investigation into Trump, one of the questions he was asked is, you know, people had recently learned that he had pulled phone records for a lot of members of the Senate and the House during the course of his investigation, and people who were, you know, he thought might be communicating with Trump. Okay, so amongst the people that he thought might be communicating with Trump, and so everyone thought that was bad.
Yeah.
What they did not realize is that he actually pulled text messages. And when you have these text messages, he's supposed to have it vetted, because they have protection, like as far under the speech and debate clause. You're not supposed to, there's privacy issues that particular members of Congress have. And it's supposed to basically have an independent team separate from his prosecutorial team that's supposed to be vetting through it. And it's supposed to be, and he set up procedures to have them vetted through. And it turns out that he just bypassed them and just started going straight through them. His people started going straight through without having it.
That was great.
And when he was before Congress, he seems to have lied and basically said, "Oh, we didn't have any text messages." But there's the DOJ has provided all this evidence that there was tons, like thousands of text messages from Congress that they got.
Nice.
So that was like all the rage that came out like 48 hours ago or so.
I'm not sure, Senator. I don't know.
Would you check for me?
We will
read my emails. Did Jack Smith read my emails?
I'm not sure, Senator. I don't know.
Would you check for me?
Would you check for me?
Senator, yes.
I think he read Senator Grassley's emails. How did he? How can someone at the Department of Justice get Senator Grassley's emails without probable cause?
There are checks in place that should make it extraordinarily difficult for a prosecutor to collect and review a senator's emails or a congressman's emails or a lawyer's emails or other folks that have privilege protections associated with their communications. And those checks and balances should always be used.
But Mr. Smith just ignored them?
I cannot speak for Mr. Smith, Senator.
They want him to prosecute.
Would you check for me first if he read my emails? And
we will check.
Number two, how he got them. And number three, I don't mean to single out my friend Senator Grassley, but what emails did he get of Senator Grassley? And I mean, what were they limited to, if at all? You know, did he get emails of Senator Grassley talking about his corn harvest and all of that? And who did he share them with? Do you know if Mr. Smith shared my emails with Attorney General Garland?
I do not know.
Can you check for me?
We are investigating that.
So it's a funny line of questioning, but yeah, this is Cory Booker. By the way, Cory Booker is someone else whose emails he was reading. Democrat from New Jersey, Cory Booker. He felt like he had to go through his emails also and his text messages, and you're just like, why? Like he thinks Trump is colluding with Cory Booker?
Of course he is. Come on.
It's insane.
Department ethics rules are very clear about avoiding the appearance of impropriety. In a case like this, I don't think that's appearance of impropriety. I think that's improper. That the connected and the powerful are getting a chance to rub shoulders. It would seem appropriate that you avoid those kind of appearances and dinners like that.
Every appearance or dinner or speech that I give are cleared by ethics officials.
So your attendance at that dinner was cleared by ethics officials?
Everything that I do.
I didn't ask you everything you do. Was your appearance at that dinner
You
cleared?
can ask the questions, but you cannot control my answers. I'm under oath, and I can answer the questions. I choose to answer them.
Were you
So what I will
approved
tell
to
you is when I do
yes
things
or
outside-
no?
when I
Were
do
you
things-
approved
when
by
I do
ethics
things
to-
outside of the department, whether it's a speech, whether it's a dinner, whether it's an event, they are approved by ethics officials.
You did not answer whether that attendance was approved.
Every time I go out, yes.
Come on, man. So everything, all right, everything everybody does in this administration is bad. Everything everybody does in this administration is crazy or nefarious or colluding or whatever. You know, one of the first times I ever paid attention to where our money was being spent for travel of politicians was Obama's first term. Because I noticed as a young man that this guy is always at a golf course. This guy is always on a vacation. This guy is always taking breaks. He's always somewhere not doing official business.
Which guy are you
And
referring to?
Obama himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, they would never do this to their guys, is my point.
Of course not. Of course not. Are you kidding me? They wouldn't do it to Biden, much less Obama. Obama is like, the messianic figure.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I feel like somehow, some way, we'd do it to our guys like a bunch of big old dummies. So, that's wild, man. You gotta love these people.
Here's Josh Hawley. This is Republican from Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And he really wants Jack Smith to go to jail. Josh Hawley is one of the 44 whose private messages were leaked to Jack Smith.
Nice.
Question: did the records that you requested include the content of text messages?
This is the question that Jack Smith was asked. He's laying out the case now because he's a former prosecutor. Yeah. So he's laying out the case for why he wants Todd Blanche to indict Jack Smith for perjury.
Mm-hmm.
So he's reading to him the questions and answers that happened when he appeared before Congress, before the Senate.
Question: did the records that you requested include the content of text messages? Smith, answer: no. Now, maybe there's some nuance I'm missing here, but it sounds a lot to me like this guy didn't tell the truth. Have you thought about investigating this guy for perjury?
We take testimony in front of this body very seriously. Yes.
Good. Well, I think he absolutely should be investigated. I think he absolutely should be prosecuted, if at all possible. And based on his responses under oath, I think he should be. And I think it's time that we say that these people who did this, who engaged in this mass illegality, blatant violation of the separation of powers, blatant violation of the Constitution. We know what they did to President Trump. We know what they did to everyday innocent Americans. And that's before we even touch the issue of trying to recruit spies into Catholic parishes, sending members of the anti-terrorism division to go hound parents who went to school board meetings. It's unlike anything we've ever seen in American history. And my view is there needs to be accountability for it. I hope that you will investigate Jack Smith for perjury, and I hope that possibly you'll prosecute him.
Ooh.
So
what do you think the likelihood is of them actually not just investigating, but trying to prosecute?
I predicted last night that that Jack Smith will be indicted.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch a Jack Smith segment. I just saw the thing at the end where you said Cynic really hates when everybody's late, and then somehow you were late.
Yeah, well, no. So I predicted last night, and I'll stand by that prediction. I think he's going to, and everyone's like, Joe, why would you think that they don't go after any of these big fish? What about Clapper and Comey and Brennan and Obama? They're all walking free, and there's no indictments. Where are the indictments? Why do you think that why would you be so naive, Joe? Why are you so naive? And what I explained to them last night, and I'll repeat again today, the reason I believe this is because this particular charge, perjury, as just laid out by Josh Hawley, is bread and butter, everyday stuff that the DOJ does.
Mm-hmm.
When you're asking them to go after Clapper and Comey and Brennan and Obama, yes, they're evil people, and they certainly, in my opinion, based on what we know, they certainly seem to have breached a whole bunch of federal laws and deserve to be behind prison bars. But it's an unusual type of breach.
Yeah.
To say that they're trying to basically interfere with the how the president's conducting his business, and which is what they certainly were trying to do. You want to sit there and turn into a whole RICO thing. This is a very complicated thing against very powerful people who have a lot of friends in Washington. And your most likely jurisdiction you're going to end up is probably, even if you try to get it outside of Washington, you have to go through hurdles to try and figure out how to get it down to Florida or somewhere else. And they are trying to do that, but it's a much more complicated type of thing. Standard perjury, guy gets up under oath, swears falsely, and prove that what he said, a flat out answer, no equivocation, not I don't think so, but flat out no to a question which the answer is very clearly yes, and he has every reason to think it's yes. And he doesn't bother to equivocate and say, I think no, instead of just saying, if he said, I think no, then he could be like, oh, I forgot. But he didn't say that. He just said no. That is flat out perjury. That's an easy case. That's a very easy. Yeah.
I think I've got a different opinion why they might actually prosecute. And that's because these congressmen were actually affected by this.
Yeah, that's another factor. Like they feel violated by him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was actually affected. So they're going to be doing everything they can to push him to do it. Whereas before, it's like, oh, well, it's just some guy. It's laissez-faire. It's some guy on the other team. Didn't actually affect me. I don't care. But now,
well, we're talking about what they did to Trump in the start of his first administration. But I agree with you. I don't think they care very much about Trump.
They don't. I don't think 90% of the Republicans up in Washington.
Oh, they definitely don't.
Two squirts about Trump. But this has actually affected a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so they're now going to go, hey. You remember we didn't push any other attorney general to do anything. Well, no. Why don't you play ball? I that's my gut feeling anyway. I think it's almost always a personal level with those people.
Yeah. So between the fact that they're personally affected and the fact that it's an easy thing, which is just sitting there black and white, like you have to be like basically blinding yourself to pretend he didn't commit perjury. So I think that this is something that they may actually. I can't promise you conviction when you're talking about Jack Smith in D.C., where he's loved in D.C. by the jury. I can't promise you're going to get a conviction there, but I can tell you right now that I think he's going to be indicted. I really do. So I'll definitely, if that happens, I'll definitely drop that here with you as soon as I possibly can.
It'd be great. I think we've got to do something, man. These bad actors we've allowed to infiltrate and just sit there and just worm their way and get away with everything they want. You got to do something. There has to be. You have to give the conservatives red meat every once in a while. And this is the reddest of meat that you could give, man. To give Jack Smith on perjury, if you are MAGA even a little bit, you've seen that smug face, that Jack Smith smug face with that purple track jacket on 1,000,000 times and wanted to smack it.
Yeah, and especially he's the one who was most directly trying to throw Trump in jail, for him to go to jail for it.
Yeah.
This feels like this.
What, like years?
Yeah. Yeah. And basically breaking the law to try and throw him in jail so desperately.
Yeah.
Mita with a long E, basically. I'm dedicating tonight's show to you, Mita. She came in here saying, officially my last chat. I'm going to give you the horn on this one. Till the fall nuke power plant maintenance outage season. I don't know what that means.
My last super chat till fall nuke power plant maintenance outage season. So I'm assuming that there's, she's tapped out until then.
Well, I thank you so much for your support, and I'm going to say in Mita's honor, go! Well done.
Thank you so much, Mita. Mita super chats on my channel too. So thank you for everything that you do around here, Mita. I really truly appreciate it. You're great. And you're allowed in my chat for free. I don't know about Joe's, but over in mine, you can be over there the whole time without being charged, okay?
Lily Smith, member for 40 months. Hi, Joe. Looking quietly today. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Savage Dart says, I tended bar for the Teamsters. I met Sean O'Brien. He's the head of the Teamsters. And he's able to be a fly on the wall. The corruption is real. They were actually proud of it. I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt that the corruption is very, very real. Also got a couple of rants over here from Hands One Pack over in the ghetto. So he says, at least he didn't say the Dow Jones hit 50K.
Dow Jones, 50K is great. Thank you, Hetty.
And he also says, Robert Gouveia suggests that 18 U.S.C. 242 could fit Jack Smith's crime, as Congress has law to protect the communication of rights under speech and debate. Let me see what he's referring to here. 18 U.S.C. 242. I didn't catch Robert Gouveia on that. It's just 32. 242. This is what the statute says. Whoever under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or customs willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the constitutional laws of the United States. Or meaning, so now let's break this down. So basically, you're acting under color of law, which he definitely was, right? He's pretending he's the law, even though he wasn't properly assigned the position. Serves to deprive any of the rights, privileges, immunities secured or protected by the constitutional laws of the United States, and they have immunity because of speech and debate clause, to different punishments, pains, or penalties on account of such person being an alien or by reasons of color, race, than are prescribed for the punishment of citizens, or to different punishments, pains, penalties on accounts of such person being an alien or by reason of his color or race. But wait, is that?
Let me.
That's under the or, so we'll just ignore that.
We're just gonna
No, because it's just like it's either this, you do this, or that, and I don't think that this is a racial type of thing. So deprivation of any rights or privileges while acting as if he's an authority here, shall be fined on this title of prison not more than 1 year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts, in that case, you can get it's going to go up considerably from there. You can get 10 years, right?
Yeah.
But you actually get for any term of years or for life or both. But obviously, no one was bodily harmed here. So I'll tell you, I think what that's really talking about is like someone, let's say someone pretends that he's a cop and directs someone into a dangerous place and the person dies. So you're not really a cop. So in that case, you could be, deprivation of rights under color of law. Yeah, that's a year. Perjury is 5 years, right? So I think that's where you're really going to go for him. And to me, I understand what you're saying. I think it's an interesting theory, which could hold up. I'm not disagreeing with the theory. You can tack it on top of perjury. But perhaps Robert Gouveia would argue that this applies. You can multiply it by 44 for all 44 people whose rights he deprived, which that's a way to try and make it into something, far more serious. So, all right. So I wanted to share with you another story here.
I'm all ears. Let's do this. It's been a fun show tonight. I've thoroughly enjoyed these stories tonight. I'm not black-pilled at all. I think this is finally a decent show, where I'm not wanting to go away and immediately, paint the bathroom wall.
That whole red rum thing that's going on there. So Secretary Hegseth has a new policy that he's implementing.
Secretary.
And I think you're gonna like this one. Because this is something I sort of feel as if you can relate.
Yeah.
You agree with me, right? You almost definitely can relate.
I think so.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth announcing today that troops will be tested annually for testosterone levels. The new policy requires service members age 30 and older to get screenings as part of their routine health assessments.
Yeah.
Testing will be optional for troops under the age of 30, and those diagnosed with testosterone deficiency will have the option to undergo replacement therapy treatments.
Nice.
Hegseth defending the move, calling it necessary to allow troops to operate at their, quote, absolute best.
Let's do
Operate
this.
at their peak.
Okay, so I have I do this like every 6 months. I go to
Do
my
you?
doctor. Yes, because I won't legal.
You want peak testosterone.
Yes, I want legal testosterone replacement therapy if necessary. Major air quotes, by the way. And so every 6 months, I have my doctor check my testosterone levels. They're still way too high. So I think this is fantastic. I think this is wonderful. And I hope we pay every dime of it for our military.
Dr. Helen Burney is an assistant professor of urology at Indiana University and joins me now. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. We know that folks in the military, active duty, reservists, they are constantly being checked and screened during their annual physicals and sometimes quarterly. But the Secretary of Defense here is really doubling down on this. Why are low testosterone levels a concern in the military?
So, thanks so much for having me. Testosterone is much more than just a sex hormone. It's a biomarker of a man's overall health. And so when we have low testosterone, this can contribute to fatigue, reduced muscle strength, decreased endurance, impaired concentration, low mood, even lower bone mineral density. So for military personnel where physical and cognitive performance are oftentimes critical, recognizing and appropriately treating true testosterone deficiency can have an important impact on both their health and readiness.
So look at that. ABC News saying Pete's right. You want to hear Pete explaining it?
Of course.
At the Department of War, we have the most elite warriors on the face of the earth. Every single day, you are pushed to your absolute physical and mental limits to master the profession of arms. We demand your all, and you give it. But while we invest heavily in our weapon systems, platforms, and gear, our most decisive tactical advantage will always be the individual warfighter. We have a sacred duty to maintain that advantage, which is why we must constantly look for new ways to optimize your performance, your resilience, and your long-term health. And to meet that commitment today, I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members.
I only noticed now when he's talking to the camera, because he's been trained in being like a Fox News host, he talks in a very unnatural way, but it's an effective communication skill that gets mastered by these different. Like if you just hear how he frames things, like the way he speaks in with a certain cadence and directly into the camera, and he makes a short point, followed by a short point, followed by a short point, with a little time for your brain to digest what he just said before he moves on to the next point. This is something which is, you don't see people talking like this naturally. In other words, there's no pause there as far as he's already got it all orchestrated as to how he wants to frame it, and he's going to deliver piece by piece by piece. And that's part of his background as a broadcaster on Fox, I'm sure. Now, I mean, just notice, I mean, just listen, look, just watch it now.
Okay.
Watch for it.
Most decisive tactical advantage will always be the individual warfighter. We have a sacred duty to—
See that little pause there? The individual war, like, just digest that. I'm telling you what's key is the individual warfighter. We have a sacred, it's like, that's not a normal way for people to engage in conversation with others. That's how you're delivering a message that you want your recipient to swallow. He reminded me of a lawyer I know who's very effective, a very wealthy lawyer that I know who's a litigator and does personal injury, who also speaks professionally a lot.
Yeah.
And they sound exactly the same. It's a professional way of speaking, which I feel like I need to master. I'm going to work on Tim Pool tomorrow.
Well, I mean, it comes to one of those things where, like, the way I used to do sales for a company I worked for, right? You've got these bullet points that you want to hit, and then you expound as you go, and it just takes practice. It's hard to do on a live stream because we're just free willing. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
whatever comes up, and then your thought, how you feel, your opinion at that moment.
Right.
So yeah,
Right. I'm noticing it with a mark of admiration.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
think it's an
No,
effective way of communicating.
it's definitely a skill to acquire if you want to do any sort of effective speaking or even video producing. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
can you want the words to land where you want people to actually think about them. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Maintain that advantage, which is why we must constantly look for new ways to optimize your performance, your resilience, and your long-term health. And to meet that commitment today, I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best. Because it's well-established science that as we age, testosterone levels often naturally drop. Under the supervision of our world-class medical professionals, warfighters age 30 and older are going to be tested annually as part of their periodic health assessment. It's a health assessment that happens every year. We're just adding this test. Those under 30 can voluntarily choose to get the test as well. If treatment is recommended, it's entirely your choice to receive testosterone replacement therapy. This initiative, it's not about artificial enhancement. It's about restoring and optimizing your natural capabilities, protecting your longevity, and ensuring you have the biological foundation required to sustain the fight. We owe our warriors the absolute best medical care in the world, and this program delivers on that obligation. Taking care of your long-term health means ensuring you remain strong, resilient, and capable, not just for your next deployment, but for the rest of your life, so you can thrive long after you take off the uniform. As we know, the modern battlefield is brutal and unrelenting.
You see, that was like such a long pause there. I'm just like after he says, long after you take off your uniform, there's like an unnaturally long pause where you or I, who are not trained in doing this, sort of feel a need to jump in with the next statement because you sort of
Don't include me in that.
subconsciously.
Okay, don't throw me in there. You've never heard me cut a video. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
true. So you're saying this you've mastered?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Usually it's with silliness, though.
I was gonna say I have yet to ever see you display this in any way, shape,
Not
or,
a tactful
or
way.
form.
It's usually with goofy jokes or something. Yes.
Well, the other thing is when you're engaged in conversation, so it's
Mhm.
much harder to do that because people will just jump in on your gaps.
Without a fact. Without a doubt. Yeah, 100%.
If I try talking like this tomorrow, you'll hear me say 6 sentences the whole in 2 hours because there'll just be people over talking me.
Yeah, so I mean, the way he did that right there, he wants you to know that like we're gonna take care of you after you take the uniform off. Hey guys, if you join the military, when you're done, we're still looking out for you.
Yeah, and that's
and
an
he-
important message.
Yeah, because he wants you. Because the modern message for military age men is that hey, they don't do anything for you after the fact. You know what I mean? Like everything is a nightmare. Trying to get to the doctor is a nightmare. All these things are a nightmare once you take the uniform off. And that right there is him clearly saying, "Look, man, we're still going to look after you." Like, it's one of those. I don't want to say manipulation tactics, but it's one of those tactics of like speaking in order to get the mind going. Oh, okay.
When you hear the 2 letters VA, you assume incompetence and red tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you just assume.
Yeah.
That's the reputation they have. I don't know if I ever had a conversation with a veteran about their experiences with the VA, but they have such bad reputation at this point that I assume that they suck and that it's a nightmare to deal with them.
The only person I've ever discussed anything with about the VA that had a simple, breezy time for some reason was my brother. That was it. I think he
Yeah.
may have had one hiccup when he left the military, and after that, it's just been I guess the VA he goes to is sort of on top of it. But everyone else that I've known, because my entire family is military, they always talk about it like it's a nightmare. It's just a flat nightmare. My granddad, for example, was like, "Nah, I'm just not even going to deal with it. I'm just not dealing with it whatsoever." So,
yeah,
it's deployment, but for the rest of your life, so you can thrive long after you take off the uniform.
Watch his facial
No,
expressions.
the
too.
modern battlefield is brutal and unrelenting. It requires and
The way he
demands
leans in.
maximum psychological.
and gives like the pursed lips when he's
Yeah, yeah.
done with a thought.
Yeah, like you ever sit down with a principal or a mentor or whatever, and they're discussing something with you, and when they want to do something that's more personable to you, they'll sort of lean in, like fill that gap in between you to make it feel like, hey, like I you know what I mean? Like this means something. Pay attention to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I need to work on this now.
Yeah, you slouch, you lean back, you're way too relaxed.
I'm way too relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks very military all the time.
Mental readiness. And by addressing these health markers early, we're keeping you on the leading edge of lethality and giving you the same level of support that you give this nation, the absolute best. Godspeed, keep going, and God bless.
So there you go. So you support this idea, this initiative?
100%. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt.
I thought it was funny in the middle there. He threw in about how he basically was like, "Don't get this twisted. This is not about helping trans people.
No,
this is not giving. We're not giving women, T boosts so they can basically start growing facial hair. That's not what this is about. This is about helping dudes who are naturally grading out in their natural testosterone levels and maintaining their peak efficiency."
I mean, you gotta look at it like this, okay? If you've ever looked into testosterone replacement therapy, if your testosterone is at a low level, right? Your estrogen is too high. You're look at it from the point of view of the military. One of the biggest things I remember somebody telling me was like osteoporosis, right? Severe bone loss. You got muscle mass is decreased. You've got your estrogen, which rises and then brings your emotions up, and your thought process is no longer clear because you're thinking off of emotion instead of fact, like all these different things. Cardiovascular issues, like all these things.
Right.
And it's, if you're a young man in the military and you're sitting there and you've got brittle bones, you're not going to be able to jump out of a helicopter or, fall, go down a line to, secure some building or to extract somebody. If you got cardiovascular problems, you're not going to be able to be in a massive war zone environment with guns and high
100%.
stress. You're going to have a
100%.
heart attack.
100%. Or you just be fatigued.
Yeah. Also, if you are low testosterone, you're not thinking clearly. You must think clearly when you're in these high stress environments. That is probably the number one thing that's going to keep you alive over muscle and brawn, over brawn
100%.
and all this other stuff, right?
100%. I just want to pause and acknowledge those of you who are coming over here from that Star Wars girl, who I haven't been on a stream with her in a minute, but she was great.
Anna.
She was great. Thank you, Anna, for sending everyone over here. I really appreciate it. And all you who are popping in here and maybe never heard of me before. I'm Joe Neerman, aka Good Lawgic. I'm a New York attorney turned podcaster where I cover the news, law, politics, and basically try to actually entertain at the same time. So
and everybody from Anna's chat that's never heard of me, she's been on my show several times. She is a friend of mine, and I'm retarded. So there you go. That's basically.
Yeah, there she is. How are you, Star Wars? That Star Wars girl. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the raid. Much.
Anna is pregnant again. Exactly. So congratulations, Anna.
Excellent. Congratulations. That's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's very great.
Beautiful. Wow, that's wonderful. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate the love. So, and if you don't know her, you should check out that Star Wars girl because she produces just awesome content. You're gonna love her. So, if you're new here, if you can hit the like and follow button over in Rumble, that would be great.
Yeah.
Watching those numbers very slowly start ticking upwards in Rumble, where I felt like I was stuck at 11,000 for a long time. I think now I'm over 14.
Still 11,000 is really good though for Rumble.
Right. No, I'm not.
That's really good. Those numbers are great. But now you're over what, 40,000?
I said 14.
40 million? Are you 100? How rich are you now?
Shut up.
You're going on Tim Pool tomorrow. I'm just saying, I gotta do this for
He's
free.
He's going on Tim Pool tomorrow. Yes, I'm not gonna. I do stream nightly. I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow because, as my co-host just pointed out, I'm supposed to be on Timcast IRL. So
the big show, not the little culture war one.
Not the little culture
Not
war
the
one.
little tiny culture war one.
He liked me on the culture war one. He really did. So
Mhm.
we hit it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Run, Tim, run. He'll make you stream on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. He'll do it. He's a terrible friend. Do it. Run. Don't trust him. He hits me. After the show, this man hits me.
That's true. Hands One Pack says, I could easily argue why Jack Smith's statements were not perjury. It's because the questions were about toll record subpoenas. It was not about the archive subpoenas. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you think that's going to, maybe.
Your choice, not forced on them like that.
He also says, I assume Meta is nuclear tech, and when there's outage, OT flows like manna from the sky. When there's outrage, is nuclear tech, and when there's outrage, OT flows like manna. I guess overtime flows like manna from the sky. Probably. Resilient says, we owe our warriors nothing at this point. Screw them until he does something about all the fraud and VA benefits. Yes, I'm black-pilled. Well, I understand feeling black-pilled, but this is an area where I tend to, I'm not saying, look, we need to fight fraud everywhere we find it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be trying to root out fraud in the VA. I'm simply saying, if I have to prioritize different areas which there are benefits and think to myself, okay, there's going to be a certain level of fraud wherever we're giving out benefits, and where I want to prioritize and not carving back those benefits. So if I have to make a list of areas where I say I'm not willing to throw people to the wolves, at the top of that list is going to be veterans. That's at the very top of that list.
Agreed. Yeah.
Shortly after that is probably going to be kids, American kids. I want to focus on this. That's next on the list. It's going to be American citizens. That's where I'm focusing next. So that's why when it comes to fraud and USAID and stuff like that, I'm just like, tear the whole damn thing down, because I don't know why. I'm not sold that we need to be giving any money there at all. And even if we are benefiting some people, so now they're not going to have those benefits in Cambodia. I'm sorry. That's, if you want to give money to Cambodia, so go give to some charity in Cambodia. It doesn't have to be taxpayer dollars. It's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, but when you talk about these other fraudulent areas that we've seen, where else have we seen fraud? Well, we've seen it with respect to hospice care. We've seen it with respect to, in Minnesota, all the fraud that's going on with the different daycare centers that they have. So, yeah, I'm sort of feeling like there's been so much abuse there. I understand, theoretically, you might have some genuinely down on their luck, struggling to pay their bills mother who's got daycare needs, who now is a genuine American citizen, never tried harming anyone. I feel for her, but I can't ignore the billions of dollars in fraud and say, well, you have to suck it, take it on the chin, rather than, risk harming her. I'm like, I don't think that's actually true. I respectfully, I steer clear of that particular path, and I say I can't really swallow that, because it's not fair to Americans to basically say, let's put up with this level of fraud. Now, I'm not saying shut them down altogether, but I do think you basically should be shooting first and asking questions later. That's how rampant the fraud is. It's impossible. And I would be more hesitant about saying that when it comes to veterans benefits. I still think you should be trying to parse them out, but these are people who we would not have the guarantees of freedom without them. All the blessings of liberty that we are able to enjoy is because of our military.
Agreed.
And that's why we need to basically put them on a pedestal. Now, some of them will, once we put them on a pedestal, end up making complete clowns of themselves and jackasses and becoming like very anti-American in their messaging, and I'm very quick to burn those people to the ground on an individual basis. And I say burn to the ground, I mean basically scoff at them and dismiss them. I'm not saying to physically harm anyone, but I'm saying to basically write them off as being crackpot lunatics, because putting on the uniform doesn't shield you from criticism for being a jackass. But as far as taking care of the needs of our military, I think that the only way you can ever hope to continue to maintain a healthy military is if people know that when they are willing to put themselves on the line for our country is going to bend over backwards to make sure that they're going to be properly taken care of in the aftermath of that service.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, so that's why I understand where you're coming from, Uzelli, and I just saying on this particular issue, I kind of disagree. He also says there's no reason why some people should be 100% disabled when they're cooks or because they have anxiety. We're giving way too much money to disabled military members. See, I haven't looked at it on an individual basis to weigh in definitively, as far as like how much money are we giving and how much scrutiny do we put into examining. You tell me you want to re-examine the system, I'm fine with that. Make sure that the system is actually making sense and doing what it's designed to do, and that it's not easy to take advantage of. But I'm simply saying I'm much more hesitant to carve back any of their benefits because I feel we owe them a debt of gratitude that we can never fully repay. Hands One says SSA disability fraud needs to be first, not VA fraud. That makes sense.
Oh, does it make sense?
Why?
I don't know. I feel like if we're going to that, there's no telling like how many military guys are getting the mess around. If we're going to take care of them, how many of them are getting the mess around because of VA fraud?
I'm not sure you mean. You're saying that the reason that they're struggling is because there's so much VA fraud?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much is out there. I haven't done the research on it.
Yeah. And I feel as if that's an area that I'm not equipped to actually weigh in on also because I haven't researched the level of VA fraud either. I'm simply saying that I'm much more hesitant to say shoot first and ask questions later than I would be on.
But that's also one of those problems that I think could be covered at the same time. I think if you could have the military, the military has its own legal system to suss those people out, their own guys, and I think you could do both of those at the same time. I don't think you have to do one or the other.
Right. Right. Joe B. I can guarantee the officer corps, the elite college educated personnel are scared to hell of this testosterone initiative. They went to American universities who stripped all their masculinity.
Yeah, it's true. Do you imagine? I know people. I know a guy right now. Joe, who was put on testosterone replacement therapy, and he became one of the nicest, coolest guys you would want to meet. Then I asked him one day because I noticed his personality sort of changed, and it was very feminine in nature for a guy. It was very bitchy, right? And I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, how's that TRT going?" And he was like, "Oh, they took me off of it because it was raising my blood pressure too high." And I went, "Oh no!" And he went back to being a bit of a jackass, which is,
interesting.
Yeah,
you can tell it's kind of like a menopausal type of thing.
It really is. Truly, it's like male menopause.
That's funny. Samita was explaining this that we were confused by which he had said official mail super chat to the fall new power plant maintenance outage season.
This guy's going on Tim Pool. Can you believe it? This guy, he was confused, not me. Don't throw that on me, Joe. I explained it to you.
My job is traveling to new plants to fix them every fall and spring.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah. If don't rewind it.
I'll tell you, I was talking to a friend of mine on Sunday. I had a long talk with him when we were driving back from the mountains. And he was telling me, so first and foremost, I know this is going to sound crazy to a lot of you. I'm about to admit. I know it's going to sound crazy to you. So he owns a Tesla. He was driving. Okay. And no jokes. So he's driving his Tesla. I've never been, this is the first time I'd ever been in a Tesla. So he swears by Teslas. And he thinks that in 10 years, everyone's going to be driving an EV.
Well,
And this guy's not woke at all. I just want to be clear. He's not woke at all. He actually was showing me, he goes, I just want you to see something. He's like, put your head back against the headrest. He's like, because otherwise the G-force is about to hit you. And he just like, we were on a country road and he just hit the gas and this thing just took off.
Yeah.
And like, I was astonished. And he was showing me like the different features where it's got the cameras and it's able to like see 2 cars ahead, which is just like, in other words, there's a car in front of you and then there's another car in front of that. It's basically showing you how far away that second car is from the car that's 1 car in front of you. It's the second car ahead, how far away that is. And it's picking up humans walking by and dogs and parked vehicles. And it's showing you any potential hazards that may be coming in. And it's got this whole self-drive mode where basically you can sit back and fall asleep while it drives you to your destination. Anyway, he's raving on and on about this. And when he was telling me about how, in his opinion, he thinks that in 10 years, there's going to be like almost no one driving gas vehicles. I asked him how our power grid is going to handle this. I'm bringing this up in the context of what Mita is describing here.
Yeah.
And he was basically describing how he thinks that nuclear power is something that they've come up with ways to make it so safe and actually make nuclear power plants on a much more micro type of scale, where he says he's looking into different things. And this guy, by the way, he's driving a Tesla. He's got a lot of money, this guy. So he was telling me how he's looking into that there's different concepts of communities buying and having a nuclear power plant. It's like you're going to be able to have nuclear power plants like next to your house because they made it so safe that it's like impossible to have a meltdown. And on a small scale, that you're actually going to be able to have like communities like basically investing into like their own local
they're called SMRs. Yeah,
that's what he was describing.
Yeah, they're called SMRs. If you're not looking into investing into SMRs, you are missing out on a great grand opportunity. So yeah.
And he's basically saying this is the wave of the future. And like not like distant future, but the relatively near future is that he's seeing that nuclear power plant, that we're going to have these micro nuclear power plants everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not a car guy, but I do like cars, if that makes sense. And I'm already looking into buying a Tesla. Like my next car that I buy, I want to be a Tesla. It's they're amazing. They're amazing pieces of equipment. And so, but you're going to need nuclear to do that. Our power grid at this point is not going to be able to.
It can't handle it.
No, not at all.
There's no way it can.
Not with all the AI and everything else that's going on. You're going to need these like SMR plants.
Yeah. And I have no problem with using nuclear energy.
It's
if you tell me, I don't really care about the whole clean thing. I think that because it's all a hoax, the entire climate warming thing is complete and total hoax. If you can sell it, but I do think that it can turn out, it has potential to be cheaper than what we're doing.
It is cheaper. Like in the long run, it is cheaper. Also, it being clean is a selling point from swapping from the system we have now.
100%.
Yeah.
That's how you could sell it to the left, is that this is clean. So the suckers who still believe in climate change, that they'll basically,
because those are the people that you're gonna have like putting in red tape to stop it. Their problem right now is, well, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Right.
And it's really not with modern technology and the way people do these things. And if you look at the history of some of these nuclear plants that have had problems, it wasn't because nuclear is dangerous, it's because of human error. So
yeah. And those of you old enough to remember Chernobyl or even have heard about it, you understand the horrors that everyone hears and thinks about as soon as they hear the term nuclear power. But the reality is that Mita with the long E here is in like an amazing field, given where this is likely going. So she's telling that she fixes nuclear power plants. I'm like, God bless, because this is an area which looks like it's probably on the cusp of exploding. If in fact, my friend here, who I said, he's
Mita might be able to get you a job. You know,
He's a
like
pretty shrewd investor.
if you fumble on Tim Pool tomorrow, no pressure, by the way,
Right.
and you know everything comes crashing down, and you before you do your
And before I make it back home, I have to shut down my channel.
Yeah.
Right. If it's like that much of a disaster.
Yeah. And before you have to like enact the manifesto, which isn't complete,
Enact the
maybe
manifesto.
you could try. Yeah, maybe you could try nuclear. Mita can get you a job. There you go.
Yeah, those of you who came over here and unfamiliar with my channel, so Mita with a long E here, she took me up on my offer of a goal tonight, which was she basically said that she wants manifesto. So in case you're unfamiliar with what manifesto is, so just to explain to you the concept, after Cole Allen's failed assassination attempt on Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, so we all got to read his manifesto. And I've read a few manifestos in my time because the minds of psycho people is kind of it's interesting to me, like, you know, how their universe is sculpted in their brain. I tend not to go through the entire thing, but just getting like little gleanings here and there. His manifesto was crap. It wasn't at all a manifesto. It was terrible. It was 6 pages. It didn't read at all like a manifesto. And a manifesto should sound slightly unhinged. A manifesto should be telling the world where the world went wrong and why things got the way they did, that this insane action he took had to happen. Like, that's the point. This is the legacy. This is what you're leaving behind for society to know you by. This is your manifesto. That's the entire point. The entire point to the objective is for the world to see the manifesto and say, hey, we got to shape up. He's right. That's the thought process.
Yeah.
And what I realized is that he put that together on the fly. He obviously never expected that he's going to be in a position that what the world is going to be seeing his manifesto. He's like, oh my God, I'm about to go try to kill President Trump. In case things don't work out, I need the world to know why. Let me put my manifesto out there, and it's garbage. And it really spoke to me. Because what I realized is this: I don't have a violent bone in my body. I have no interest in ever harming anyone. I think that there's nothing stupider or dumber or more evil than harming others in some sort of political objective. That's where Joe Neerman is as of July 16, 2026. And I cannot foresee a circumstance where that will change. But I also am sufficiently cognizant of the fact that people are not Nostradamus. They don't know the future. There's no prophets here, and I'm certainly not a prophet. I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I cannot imagine what set of circumstances would ever devolve wherein I would need to share a manifesto with the world. But God forbid, in some sort of unforeseeable manner, it comes to pass that things go sideways and the crap is hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And the guns are going to be ablazing.
That's right.
I think that, like having a first aid kit that you store away and you never plan on using, it's incumbent upon each and every one of us to have our own manifesto, just in case. Just in case. Now, a good manifesto should sound somewhat unhinged, just, to make sure you're capturing everyone's attention so people understand just how serious and dire the situation is. So I have been working on my manifesto that I work on with Grok. That's what I do. Sometimes people want to have their names or names of a friend or something like that in the manifesto, because you need to throw names in a manifesto. Random names, good names, names that everyone knows, names that no one knows, names that sound like they're made up. So I make sure to throw some of those in there as well, wherever possible. And I'm covering a range of different topics in the middle of basically piecemeal writing my manifesto. So this way I'm prepared. Much like I have a first aid kit, I have my manifesto ready to go.
To my FBI handler, I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion associated with this manifesto. I am here under duress and do not agree with anything that this man says at any point in time. It is only opinion and sarcasm from me. Thank you.
You think I should tell Tim about my manifesto tomorrow?
I mean, if you can fit it in a funny, clever way, sure, why not?
Right. Well,
I wouldn't shoehorn it in there, though,
Don't cram it in.
Don't cram it in, no.
That's what she said. So,
Come on.
We're gonna get to Sir Manifesto in just a moment. First, Brian Oldenkamp hitting us with 20 new members of the following.
Thank you, Brian.
Bless you, brother. Oh my God, coming on in here with 20 good logic. 20 new members of the following, 20 people brought into the following, which is not at all a cult type of cult. It's just gathering like-minded individuals seeking greater personal growth through community, unity, learning, and thinking. Please understand that I am not at all the leader of the following. I'm just the host. So don't take it like this is on anything on me. It's not on me. Like I said, I am not at all the leader of the following. But it is appropriate part of your greater personal growth that you express gratitude to Brian Oldenkamp when you hear your name. And that would include you, Alex Tuckerson, Niklod Holtz, Zakita Bria, Debbie Jean, Janet Fat Kids, OTW Unite.
Nailed it.
Okay. Sandra Dobb, Leva E, Zachary New, Jenny M, Deep 63, Sadarak, Breenan's Deviated Septum. I've seen that name before.
Yeah, I have too.
I've seen Breenan before. Weird. I know that deviated septum. I'd recognize that deviated septum anywhere. Jennifer Warren, Chris O.E., Agena 1911 IFY, Spooky 9053, Motor City D, Fluffy Butt, Critical Thinking, Lady Justice. Welcome to the following. Please bear in mind that the following does not have any Kool-Aid. Spaceships. Tracksuits are not mandatory. It's highly recommended.
Now that messaging is open on YouTube, everybody, there you go. You can message me right there. I'm the host of that show to get your tracksuit sizes because they are not mandatory, but I just got a pile of them sitting around the cabin. So whatever.
I should remind you all also that we have a merch store in case you have any needs of any kind at all. You might be looking for like an official Good Logic NYPD hat or something of that kind, and links in the description. I even allow FFS Cast to supplant my own merch store. That's the level of love I'm sharing here. You're welcome. I know. I'm very generous that way. So I think it's time for us to get into our manifesto.
Heck yeah, let's do it. Well, don't say hour. Why are you saying hour now? Whoa. Excuse me, FBI, CIA even. This is not our. That is a possessive word, and that includes more than one person. I am not that other person. Maybe someone in the chat is. Okay.
I was speaking with the royal we.
That's not a royal we, Joe. That's not. I'm gonna get brought into a cold room and handcuffed to a table and have to discuss all of this. What colors does Sin have? Nacho Kitty, I'll let you know. Just send me your size.
Oh my God.
Did you mess it up? Don't tell me you've been writing this manifesto this entire time and you messed it up. Joe, why would you mess it up? Sin is MK Ultra. Seriously. Sometimes I wish, The way Joe treats me before and after the show, you guys would be just ashamed at your dear leader over here. It is it's very hurtful. It's abusive even. And I can't believe he just continues to do it and gets away with it. More like MK tarded. It's a really easy thing to do to just claim you're retarded and not have to worry about being held accountable for I know you are, Hetty, not a problem. Not being held accountable for all the dumb things you do and say. It's very simple. It's good cover. Thank you, Hetty.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Shoot.
Why are you using Grok that you don't have it say, hey, Grok, save this and pin this? Also, I've been told you might want to transfer all this to a Google Doc so you could refeed it into AI.
I've been transferring it to a doc,
yeah,
but not religiously.
Oof. Yeah.
So every once in a while I'll have like a really good rant and like my last one that I did, which was on birthright citizenship. So that was actually 2 weeks ago since I last updated my manifesto, and it was really good. It was a really good segment, and I was like, I haven't taken that one over yet. So the thought of losing that would really bother me. All right, so I've been talking a lot about the Supreme Court, and I really think that I need to find a new topic, to cover in the manifesto. So I'm going to be looking into the chat. If you have particular topics that you want me to, that you're looking for me to cover, if you have a thought out there as like a topic that needs to be addressed that you don't feel I've addressed yet, I'm still going to give priority to that. Do you have thoughts about
how do you feel about Canada? You ever notice how Canada like always tries to moral high ground us and finger wag us and all these things, yet they clearly depend on us for might near everything. If you remember back during the whole trade wars and all that stuff, where we were gonna give them tax them a whole bunch for everything that they brought into the country, all that good stuff, they were crying and wailing and gnashing their teeth and, oh no, you're gonna destroy our country and all that stuff. Considering the guy that we covered earlier, whose wife is now going back to that beautiful north, maybe you have thoughts on Canada doing what they do. Because I'll tell you this, the only time I've ever gotten in trouble on X for voicing my opinion was arguing with Canadians about America. So
I don't really have particular angst about Canada specifically. And maybe people will look at that as a shortcoming of me. If so, I'm sorry to disappoint.
I don't hate Canada. I just hate
I just have like next to zero regard. No, I misstated. I have zero regard for any other country in the world. Like I look at them as if they're not simply, people say the lion and the sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have, I'm going to open Grok up so we can have Grok taking notes here. Okay. Grok, you ready to continue our manifesto?
Yes, I'm ready. Go ahead. What's next?
So I want to talk about the fact that far too many people have concerns or give respect or even a thought to the opinions of the EU or Canadians, or I don't know. Those are the ones who they tend to get the most respect for. No one gives a damn about Africa. But I feel as if there's this need, this insecurity that some people who are not actually real patriots don't really understand America or American way of life, that they actually concern themselves with the opinions of folks from other countries. What will the world think of us? How is the world looking at us? Are we a good beacon for the world? That's one of the things that Democrat leaders love to say all the time. This is something classic Joe Biden speak, that we're going to be a beacon to the world with this utter nonsense. Like that's something we should be concerned ourselves with. This is a very small mind. This is not a matter, and I'm not expressing this as saying that the lion doesn't concern itself with the opinions of the sheep, which clearly a lion never should concern itself with the opinions of the sheep. What I'm saying is, I don't think that we should even think about sheep. I don't care about sheep. No one cares whether you like what we're doing, you dislike what we're doing. You are a tool. The only way you're serving us properly in your fitting status as being a tool of America is in the sense that we can sell crap to you. That's what you're there. You're there as a consumer to consume American products. That's all you're there for. That's the only reason that you have a function. That's the only reason that we should have any regard for you. Some of these people come out there with this whole nobility that we have a duty to take care of the underprivileged people across the globe. No, 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 no. If you have that as your particular yen, that's what you want to do with your assets or your time and your money. I say to you, God bless. I can understand there's a certain nobility in self-sacrifice, but with respect to how a country is going to be operating, with respect to a duty that we're going to impose on our fellow citizens, for someone to be so foolish as to think that this is something that a country should saddle itself with, the burdens of the world, which are far too great for any nation to handle, even a nation as great as America, is not simply something that is outside the norm of what should be expected. This is suicidal. This is an effort to actually destroy the mother country of America. That's the only reason you would actually be throwing that out there. If you're either too limited in your thought process that you can't see things, you can't look ahead and recognize the sheer weight of what you're trying to undertake and trying to lift up every underprivileged person, group, family, culture across the globe, which is well beyond the financial scope, the emotional scope, well beyond the means of any group of people to pick up the entire world like we are freaking Atlas, that it's our job, duty, and responsibility to hold up the world and make sure that everyone has adequate food and adequate housing and adequate education, when none of them should be our concerns. And our primary concern, no, not primary, sole concern should be for our fellow Americans. And let me explain to you why this is so significant, why this is so important. Because what binds America and makes us different from every one of those other stinking loser countries is that every one of those countries was founded on genetics. They all were founded on genetics. Look at Europe. Every country there, when you go to Ireland, those are Irish people. And in France, you got French people. And England, you have English people. And in the Middle East, you find they divide up based on various tribal divisions and how those land masses got sorted out. If you go to the Far East, you see that you have your Chinese people, your Thai people, your Koreans, your Japanese, and they're all different peoples. And that's why it's Japan. That's why it's Korea. That's why it's China. They're each different peoples. In other words, the nation of China is genetically, you're the nation of China because you're all freaking Chinese. In Japan, you're all Japanese. It's a different species. You obviously all human. I mean to imply that they're anything less than human. I don't believe that for even a second. But the point is that what makes America spectacular and unique is that we are not bound by our DNA. We did not come together as a genetically homogenous group, which said we are all sharing certain bloodlines, hence we are Americans. What binds Americans to each other is our citizenship. What binds Americans together is our recognition that we believe in certain ideals about the importance and significance of the individual based on certain basic blessings that were conferred upon him by God and cannot be taken away by any form of governance. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a conceptual marriage that we have. It's a marriage of mind and spirit and will and objective, devoid of any shared DNA. It doesn't matter whether your DNA has nothing in common with my DNA, as long as you share my ideals. This is what makes America spectacular and unique and makes us different from all these other nations. And this is why we as a nation, when we're looking at what our government is going to saddle itself with, it is improper for us to jeopardize this skiff that we are all floating on together, trying to uphold this constitutional republic, when our first and foremost and primary, nay, our sole responsibility is to ensure the sanctity of this structure that we are all in together. So to say that we should take on a burden, that we're going to play the role of Atlas holding up the globe on our shoulders, when our first and primary our first primary, secondary, tertiary, and every responsibility we have is simply to fellow Americans, not at all to anyone who is outside of that ideological sphere, is and is an attempt to destroy that very foundation. It's an attempt to undermine it, because we're not bound together. Because if you don't share my ideals with me, in what way are we both American together? We're simply standing on the same continent, but we're not sharing that ideal, which is what's underpinning who we are as Americans. So that's why, in order to preserve this novel creation that our founders gifted to us, that's part of our heritage, we need to make sure that we are investing in folks who actually share that recognition of these ideals, that share that recognition of our heritage, that share the importance of our constitutional values, of recognizing freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom, your right to counsel, your freedom not to self-incriminate, and all the other civil liberties that our founders so wisely gifted to us. If you're not part of that experiment, I don't care if you're some underprivileged kid in Cambodia. I feel bad for you. Someone wants to buy you a cup of coffee or send you a little rice patty for you to enjoy for your Christmas dinner. That's good on them. But that cannot be the responsibility of something that is so significant and important to the long-term health of humanity that we should burden ourselves with these side ventures because some people feel that it's noble. The nobility comes from some individual deciding to give of himself, but it's not noble to take from the entire collective and force upon them that they must uphold someone else. Nobility can only come from the individual. Nobility cannot come from a collective saying that we're going to force the collective to undertake a duty which is outside the scope of how we form this contract with each other at our inception.
Here's your rant, cleaned up and formatted as a manifesto section.
Yeah, you stop. I don't need to hear from you. Just
that was
take
perfect.
it as a note. Take it as a note. Just leave it as I gave it to you, and just keep it there as a note for like the next page of the manifesto.
I saved your full rant on foreign opinions, the EU, Canada, beacon to the world, and America's unique founding principles.
All right, shut up. So, but I want to get to another topic because I feel as if I covered that topic a lot. So I want to sort of come to like a brand new, completely new topic.
All right.
So I'm looking at you.
You're looking at me. I just gave you that topic. What do you mean? What do
you do when I'm going off in this 10-minute rants?
Listening to your rant, it was glorious. You want me to like shift my brain?
Yeah, that's
taking
true.
an idea that I gave you, and
I
you
get that.
so
I get
eloquently just running on with it for like 5 minutes.
I wasn't even screaming this time.
It was great.
Yeah.
Somebody did mention Iran in the chat, though.
Iran.
Mm-hmm. It's a problem. It's an issue, Joe. It's our biggest issue coming up for midterms, I think, at this point. It is our big. I cannot currently think of a larger issue. Mm-hmm. It is the thing that since you and I started this show, the very first show we ever did was Charlie. And then the next big thing was Iran.
That wasn't the next big thing. Charlie was in September. Iran was February.
The next
28th.
big issue that me and you sort of like discussed and had a debate over was Iran. Yeah.
I had problems with Iran.
The melancholy kills me. I'll mute myself. Go ahead.
I have problems with Iran. Iran is a problem. There's no small irony in the fact that Donald Trump is widely critiqued as being a fascist by the left, authoritarian, that he's imposing his will upon the world. When the reality of the situation is his foreign policy during the first term of his administration. And the first year of his second administration was absolutely flawless. But we're coming to a point now where we need to start assessing his work in Iran that's been going on since February of 2026, when he first killed Khomeini. And we have to question the strategy with which he's employing right now. And I think it's fair to say that the flaw in his strategy in dealing with Iran is that he has not been sufficiently fascistic. He has not been sufficiently tyrannical. He's actually been far too nice to Iran. When he was dealing with Iran, if he was dealing with this situation properly, he would have recognized that at the top of the pyramid in Iran's political structure, you have a bunch of terrorists, and you cannot negotiate with terrorists. So he eliminated those and went down to the next level. And what he failed to realize is, after he started dealing with them, is that they too are tyrannical. And he got rid of a lot of those too. And then he got to the third level and he said, maybe these are not fundamentalist lunatics. And he started trying to negotiate with them, instead of just continually bludgeoning and bludgeoning and bludgeoning. Let your critics scream and bark and howl and cry. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let them scream. He should have taken control of the entire area along the Strait of Hormuz, so that there was no way that they would have any control of that area at all. What he should have said is, he should have said to Bibi, hey, Bibi, you want my help? You're the one who's going to put boots on the ground in Iran. That's what you're going to do. I'll help you out, but I'll give you some air support there. I'm not sending American troops onto that godforsaken desert hill. You're going to sit there. You're going to secure these different areas. You're going to be securing these oil fields. You're going to be securing all this area. You want my help? That's the cost going to be. Go send your IDF in there to control it. I'll give you air support. I'll give you all the weapons you need. But it's your Israeli Defense Force that's going to be taking control and ensuring that nothing here is going to be, and ensuring that we're not going to have any issues with the Strait of Hormuz, and bombing the bejesus out of them until they were crying and begging for mercy. Where if you think that maybe there's someone who's a leader of Iran, you blow that place up next. Say, where's your parliament? Blow that place up next. Just blow up one damn thing after another. Let the leftist doves scream and cry, oh, no, that's a war crime. It's not a war crime. It's not a war crime. Sit there with these stupid international criminal courts screaming like, oh, you're being too mean to the Iran. No, F them. To hell with them. Who cares? Who cares? You need to remember that this is America, and that these people are basically a gnat, and they're not just a gnat. They're like a lunatic type of gnat who's sitting there trying to figure out how they can like bang their stupid beak against like a nuclear button and just sort of pat, 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 pat. So if you're telling me that that's what they were doing, if that's really what the concern is, then you need to punish them by eliminating them, wiping out wave after wave after wave after wave. I don't care. But the bottom line is this. The objective has to be that you're seizing control, that this is not affecting Americans back at home. Because you need to recognize that if you end up tangoing with them, dancing with them, where they're able to basically screw up traffic going through the Strait of Hormuz and jacking up the prices of barrels of oil, so now we got to start paying, instead of $3 a gallon, $4 a gallon, $5 a gallon, $6 a gallon, and start skyrocketing, which just has a ripple effect throughout the entire American economy. You say to them, F you, I'm not giving you any access to the Strait of Hormuz. And if you go anywhere near there, I'm telling you now, I will bomb you back to BFE. You're gonna be crying. Your widows are gonna be weeping and bawling and screaming to Allah, and they'll be sending their orphan kids out to try and fight, and you'll take care of them also. I don't care. This is where you need to basically put your foot down and say, this is what our demands are. This is what we're expecting. And until our demands are met, you are going to be punished. It's that simple. And if you don't have the cojones to do that, I understand that, because what I'm calling for will sound to many people as if it's heartless and cruel and it's imperialistic, or they'll make up some other crap as if this is how you create terrorists, which is not true. The way you create terrorists is you have them go read the Quran. That's how you create terrorists. It's not because they get bombed. No, that's not what makes someone suicidal, put on a suicide vest and decide that they're going to blow themselves up. It's not because they're some town was bombed 15 years ago. No, what makes them suicidal is they read the Quran, and the Quran is being taught to them by people basically saying, hey, if you really want to have happiness for eternity, go kill your enemy and blow yourself up. That's what makes terrorists. I mean, it's not really rocket science to figure out how do we get more terrorists? No, it's very simple. It's they have schools teaching little kids how to become terrorists. So they grow up and they turn 15, 17, and they say, oh, what about the children? Your children got bombs strapped to their chest looking to blow up wherever the infidel, wherever the hell they can. So, look, I'm saying to you, if you don't have the cojones to do what needs to be done, then you can't go dancing with the devil. You can't tell me he's the devil and then say you're not willing to obliterate the devil. You got to be willing to obliterate it. You're gonna either you stay away from the devil or you obliterate the devil. But you can't be dancing with the devil. And that's what's happening. You told me it's a devil. I agree with you. It's probably a devil. I agree with you. So, but once you identify as being a devil, then you can't say I'm going to be dancing with the devil and trying to let me see if maybe now this time he's going to come to terms. You know better than that. You would have been mocking any president who would have taken the same strategy. You would have said, what the hell is this moron doing? That's what you would have said, President Trump. But now you find yourself in this quagmire here, and we're coming into election season, and now they know that you're basically being gripped by the testicles by these lunatics who basically are saying, oh, I know that he's very concerned about what's going to happen in November. They know that. They understand the nature of the politics. They're like, oh, he's got a big election coming in November, so we can basically screw him up by finding a way to make oil prices go through the roof and make Americans angry at him. In that case, we can siphon his power out of him. And you basically, your whole game book is on, and your weaknesses are basically televised to the entire globe. That everyone knows that, even some fundamentalists living in some sandcastle in the middle of Oman. They all know. So now you have to basically say, I'm not going to give them an opportunity to play around with me. And this was a terrible, terrible mistake. This is a terrible, tragic error. And the way you should have done it most effectively in order to have the most support possible is basically say, I'm not putting American lives on the line. Yeah, it's going to cost us. It's going to cost us with respect to the weapons, but I'm going to send Israeli soldiers out there and have them deal with it. So God forbid if there's any sort of things that get screwed up along the way, we'll try to help out Israel as much as we can. We tell Israel, this is the price. You want to go get your freedom? You want to get your liberation from these lunatics? Well, we'll give you the air support, we'll give you the weapons, but you're going to have to go out there and do the deed yourself. That's what they need to do. You haven't willing to do this. Instead, you're seeing the negotiating going on and on and on, and something that's supposed to take 6 weeks ends up taking 6 months, maybe, hopefully, if we're lucky. Mm-hmm. And that's political suicide. It's crazy. So now we're at a stage, you have to get the hell out. You can't be sitting there saying in the middle of July, oh, now let's go back and start creating a blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. This is not the time for this. People are going to the ballot box soon. And in particular, if they imagine, God forbid, there's some sort of tragedy that happens, or the tragedy can come in a myriad of ways, any infinite number of ways. It can be a tragedy, God forbid, of human life, of human members of a military that happens through some error. God forbid there's some sort of incident where 50 members of our military get killed. You imagine what a disaster this would be for you politically. I mean, first and foremost, the disaster is the loss of American military lives. But secondarily, the disaster for America as to what would end up happening in an election if that ends up happening. So, and then you have the potential for financial disaster with your economy just basically spiraling out of control because of this whole situation. So this is why are you having this whole problem? The problem is because you decide to dance with the devil instead of basically telling the devil, I'm going to keep crushing you until you give me what the hell I need. I'm tired of negotiating with you. Either if you're not able to give me what I need, I'm just going to kill you until I find someone who's able to give me what I need. You need the nuclear dust? Fine. You need someone who's going to take charge and say, I'm not going to allow there to ever be some sort of nuclear program here. Okay. You may say, here's the deal. I need that from you within the next 24 hours. If not, I'll be talking to whoever replaces you when you're dead. That's how you deal with the situation. And then the next guy gets up there and you're like, oh, nice to meet you. This is what I need from you. I need this from you within the next 48 hours. If not, I'll be talking to whoever replaces you when you're dead. You want to throw some juice on it, you can say when you and your brothers are dead. You know, you can if you want to be really aggressive. I'm going to tell you a quick story here as an aside, okay? I mean, that's what Trump needed to do, and Trump didn't do this at all. And it's a disaster. It's really a disaster. It's because it's at a point now where it's very difficult for anyone who cares about American policy to actually defend where we're at now. Because you asked me what our objective is at this point. I'm like, God only knows. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And so I gave him a lot of rope here. I'm not someone who came out here saying, what the hell, why are we here? You kidding me? I spent 4 months here saying, like, look, you know, I trust Trump. He's earned a lot of rope because his foreign policy has been phenomenal. But we got to recognize that now, you know, we started this thing in March and it's July. It's 4.5 months now. And that's way too long for what was supposed to be a 6-week project. And it looks as if there's no end in sight. He just announced to Congress that we're going to, you know, we're at war now. Well, we were never supposed to be at war, but apparently now he's telling Congress we are. This is going backwards from where we thought we were supposed to be getting. And when you end up giving false promises, that makes people feel as if you don't know what you're doing. So that's not helpful either. I know you want to always present the picture as being rosy, but when that falls apart, that just makes people lose confidence in you. So you can't do that in this type of setting unless you're willing to actually back it up by blowing the hell out of people. That's what you have to do. And I know it sounds heartless what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to identify a problem and say, this is how I deal with the problem. I'm going to keep going at this problem, and I'm not going to have any sort of kindness along the way. I'm not going to show any softness. If I show any softness, that's just going to lead to more bloodshed. But the only way to stop this bloodshed is if I actually act like a completely arrogant and insufferable ass and basically waving my power around in ways that make them recognize that they have no chance here, and that their only logical option is to do my bidding. That's what he had to do, and we haven't seen it from him, and it's disappointing. And this is, frankly, in 6 years, this is the first misstep in his foreign policy. But at this point, I don't know how you call it not a misstep at this point. So
Locked in.
And there you go.
Locked in, Joe.
Got it.
That's how I feel about Iran.
Good job.
I know that a lot of people are not going to be happy with what I'm telling them. But I got to be real with you. I see some people saying no. Yeah, it's like just instead of bombing each other, just really obliterate. Just punish. Just punish. I don't know what the oranges are. I don't know what that is. All right. So we locked that in. I think we needed an Iran page. So I'm glad someone asked me for it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah. It's a problem.
It is a very big problem. A very, very big problem. Maybe you can bring it up on Tim Pool tomorrow, where you'll be after you get you some sleep.
See, the thing is this. I don't want to. The reason I wouldn't want to bring up Iran on Tim Pool, I'll deal with it if it comes up. But the reason I wouldn't want to I'm not going to bring it up unless, you know.
Yeah. It is brought
it's
up
because most people who are watching me have never seen me before, and I don't want to come across as one of these stupid woke right people that are screaming against this war since day one, because I haven't been. I supported him, 100%. But if you first meet me and the first time you hear me speak, I'm bashing Trump about Iran. I'm going to I'll be mischaracterized as being part of those loser woke right people.
Yeah, you're right. I would tread softly on that. I think you're correct.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah. I thank you all for joining me. I want to remind you all I'm not going to be here tomorrow evening because I am going to be on Tim Pool. So I'm not going to be back here till Sunday at the earliest. But you'll find me on Timcast IRL tomorrow evening. What time was he streaming? 8 o'clock? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So that's
I'll
one
be in
way
the
to find
chat,
me.
Joe.
He'll be in the chat. In his chat, no one's going to see you.
It's, you know what? I'll make sure.
People are spending like $400 super chats, and he just runs right past them. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Don't you worry.
It's crazy what he does.
I'll be found. It's no problem.
Hands one wants to know if we did this section on politicians' extreme age for the manifesto. That's a good one for next time. That's a good one for next time.
Yeah, I don't think we've done that yet. I think we
I've not
discussed
done
it, but
that.
didn't do it yet.
I think
I'll make a note.
That can, yeah.
I'll
Mustang
write that down
11
right now.
says, without giving financial advice, what companies are involved with nuclear power plants or SMRs? LOL. Asking for a friend. Maybe you can give them.
I don't have that list in front of me. But
I need
do
to
have a
look
list
into it
of them.
more.
You should start and attention.
Oh, and Hands One said, Smarter Every Day did a great video series on nuke power and outages, refueling and maintenance, keep the power flowing. Meta appreciated the AC.
Yep.
So, okay. So there you go. All right. So I thank you all for joining me. I'm going to remind you that tell people where they can find you.
FFS Cast. You can catch me every Friday through Sunday, and a lot of times we do a midweek show on Tuesdays or Thursdays. We talk about dumb, silly shenanigans, and we are trying to change the format up a little bit. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Come see us. Come check us out. So.
Make sure you check it out. He does do a pretty entertaining show. That's
pretty funny. I think so. Oh.
It's pretty good stuff. So make sure you check him out, and so you definitely don't want to be touching the lab meat. And yeah, it's not meant for you. It's meant for they, them, Comrade Sparkle Hugs.
Yeah, those guys.
Not you. Oh. And do not eat the bugs. Don't do it. Have a good night, everyone. As always, Godspeed.
But I already ate the bugs. I told you that last week. It's a problem.
The plane is landing. The show is almost over. All that's left for you is this song. Joe left the studio. He's probably drinking Diet Mountain Dew. Maybe he's watching funny videos on YouTube, or playing chess, or doing Jewy things Jews do. We hope you had fun, and maybe you learned something. You hit like and you subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to show some love. That would be cool. You can be cool. Leaving comments is cool. So till next time, please be sure to stay away from lab meat. It was never meant for you. It's meant for they or them or Comrade Sparkle Hugs. And most importantly, do not eat Z-bugs. Good night and Godspeed. Good night and Godspeed.